Hello. Hi. Can everyone hear me? Hello. Hi.
Hey,
Is
buddy.
that
I can hear you.
hey? Hey. Hi. First of all, hi to everyone watching right now. Hi. For those of you don't know, my name is Ryan. I'm from the New York City Ghostbusters, and I'm here with my special co-host.
I'm Josh Yoder from the New York City Ghostbusters.
That's right. And today we are running the first ever live toy drive telethon thing. I wish I had a better name for it, but the New York City Ghostbusters live telethon. So welcome aboard. First of all, we are super excited to have you all here. Definitely comment in because we will highlight. Like for example, I'm saying, "Hey, I see Danny Stark from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hello, hello." And yeah, so in case you guys don't know, Jason Reitman already donated $500 to this cause, and I am beyond everything. So first of all, this is going insanely great already, and I'm just so happy to be doing this right now, to be celebrating Ghostbusters this way. Um, so let's get right down to it. I'm gonna bring in our first guest, who is actually going to be talking just briefly about the New York City Ghostbusters group. He is the president group, and his name is Eric Cudworth. Hi, Eric. Can we hear you? You're muted. You should be good now. Oh
Uh-oh.
goodness.
There we
There,
go.
there he is. Hey, hey.
Eh,
We'll do it live. Don't worry. All right.
That's fine. So first of all, thanks everybody for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks to Ryan, Josh, Nick, and everybody else behind the scenes who is making this happen. Without you guys, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy to have you here. Um, So yeah, we do want to talk to you about our group. So what we're going to be doing, by the way, today, and we're starting with our group because that's how we roll in New York City. We're going to be interviewing a bunch of people today from different franchise groups all over the country, including Canada. So cool. Um, and go ahead, Eric, and talk to us about the New York City crew. Tell us the story. Tell us, oh dear Father,
Oh,
Father
oh.
Oh,
Christmas.
oh, elevated one.
And
So,
we have a beautiful image for you to see too with it.
well, the group got started back in 2003. So we reformed the group. One of the first people I met was actually Ron Maxwell. He is kind of like the poster child of the group. We want to maybe eventually do a Ron Maxwell calendar. But anyway, so we met. The group started out with maybe a handful of people, 4 or 5. We've grown to 40 people at this point. There's been a lot of great people along the way who have made the New York City Ghostbusters possible. Um, we modeled the franchise actually after the Alabama Ghostbusters. Brock Parker is actually one of my role models in the group, and so they had
Someone tell
bylaws.
Brock. Someone tell Brock. Go ahead.
um, they had bylaws. We modeled our bylaws much like them. The biggest goal for me with this franchise was to make it a family, and I think we've done a very good job of that. Um, when I got married, um, two of like Ryan and Chris Beaumont were actually in my wedding party. A lot of the people came, Nick Dana. Unfortunately, I didn't know Josh at the time. He likes to remind me of that all the
I was
time.
never invited to that wedding.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a wall between us.
Yeah.
I was there, Josh. Don't worry.
Um, we're up to approximately 40 people right now. Uh, we one of our milestones, there's a couple milestones that we've hit. We got to meet Michael Gross before he passed away. We like many other franchises, a group of us went out to LA in 2016 to see the premiere of the new the 2016 Ghostbusters, and then more recently we got to, like other franchises, to go to a red carpet event in Manhattan and see a pre-screening of the new Ghostbusters movie. So, but in the grand scheme of things, I've felt that Ghostbusters is about family. It's about giving back to the community. Um, there's not much more that I can say about the group.
Well, I want to chime
It's
in because
Yes, please do.
the one thing I tell, by the way, so we're always actively looking for members, and anyone who wants to join the New York City Ghostbusters can. I live in New Jersey, by the way, and you don't need to live in New York City to be a New
Josh.
York City Ghostbusters.
Philadelphia here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Josh is in Philly.
Oh, we
You
got
know,
my son.
Liam is over there too, and I always tell everyone that with our group, it's really whatever you want to bring to the table. You can really make it your own. Um, when we were doing the New York City stuff, we started playing around with the idea of doing tours of filming locations in New York City. And myself and Josh,
Can
we
I? Can I?
actually
I
go
was
ahead.
going to say, the group actually put out the money for Josh and Ryan to get certified as New York City tour guide.
Yeah,
So
it,
we
it's kind of
try.
insane. It's really
Mhm.
insane what luckily have been able to do. And
The
I
group.
love hearing from other franchises all over. And
Mhm.
every time there's a new member, we have a new member come in and they bring in their own sort of thing to the table. A couple years ago we met Devin Schwartz,
Mhm.
and we are actually doing this toy drive as part of what Devin brought to us. So Devin is works for the New York City Department of Education, and for a couple years now, they've been doing the toy drive for children in homeless shelters in New York City, and we've been participating in those. And this year, this is what we're doing. We're participating with this, but we're actually reaching out to the rest of the fan community if they wanted to participate. Um,
It,
so
it, Ryan, it's kind of funny that you brought up that this is a new thing for us, and though we've done it a couple of years, the group in general has morphed over what our mission plan has been over the years. Originally, we started out with our slime lab, trying to do STEM education. It's we still or excuse me, STEAM, because science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics. We've tried to incorporate everything we've done to help the community and push forward as I don't know, I guess role models within the Ghostbusters community. So
yeah, and so getting back to that, just everyone that comes in, they bring their own flavor to the group, and I just love it. It's a very collaborative thing. We don't like to shoot down any ideas because you never know what anyone is going to have in terms of an idea. A lot of these events that we end up doing are through connections from members within our group. So I do
and
want to
it's
tie it back to this toy drive
Mhm.
specifically because I have also on the line over here, I have Dr. Erica Tabaya that is going to be chiming in as well to talk in a bit more in detail as to what we're doing here and where the funds are going to be going towards, what toys we're going to be getting, and where they're going to be going to. So I'd like to bring on board this chat Dr. Erica Tabaya.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be here.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. So
Hey.
my name is Dr. Erica Tabaya, and I am the Bronx Executive Superintendent. And Devin is part of our team, Devin Schwartz. So we're so grateful to the New York City Ghostbusters for hosting this live telethon to support this initiative. So as in the past, as you've said, we've done this toy drive, but the difference this year is we said we wanted to expand it. We wanted to do more, just based on the times we're all going through, and we just wanted to support more families. So what we did was in the Bronx, we have 6 districts. So we selected a shelter from each district, and we said we wanted to give toys to every single student in the shelter. So in the past, we might have picked a few, a few students, but this time we said, in the times we're in and everything going through, we want to give a toy to every student in all the 6 shelters. So that totals to over 1,000 students. So this was, we're quadrupling our efforts from years past. So we really were reaching out to everyone we can, to really think about, how can we give back and how can we show love and what the collective community can do when we put our minds and hearts together and how we can support other people. So we're just so excited and grateful to the New York City Ghostbusters. And obviously we know who to call when we need help. We call the Ghostbusters. So we're really just so, and what's going to happen is we are going to be delivering these toys to each shelter, and we're going to gather, more than one toy for every child. So every child in each shelter is going to get a bag full of toys, and they're tailored to their age group, to to things that we think that they would like. From babies to teenagers, we are going to be, distributing. So every child is not just going to get one toy, but they're going to get a bag, of toys. And it's just, such a great thing. And we're just so grateful to all of you for taking this on. And, just listening to what you were talking about before, we're also having, at the end of this school year, we're having our first ever Bronx Expo, which is going to be a STEAM fair. So we would love to invite you guys to that event too. It's going to be a live event in the Bronx, so maybe we can find a way for you to come. And it's going to be over a 3-day period in June. So we'll see how we can partner with you for that to bring some other things if your group is willing. So we'd love to.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Sounds like it would be a great match.
Yeah, we'd absolutely love to. And June is absolutely like a great point, because that's always big for our group. We always do our anniversary walks that time too. It's the anniversary of the film being released, So yeah, more than happy to help out with that.
Excellent. So we'll give you further information. So really, that's the gist of what we're doing. And so right now, at this point, when we started, doing the initiative this year, we changed it to that every child in the shelter. So we're just really reaching out again to everyone so that we can give them, imagine the children getting this, bag full of toys, not just one thing, and it's kind of tailored to them. They're going to get toys. They may get a pair of socks. They may get, all different kind of things, babies, to teenagers. We have gift cards that we're giving to places teenagers like to go. So it's just like, it's going to be, a really nice way to give back and to show. To me, one of the big initial points of doing something like that is that when you believe something can happen and people come together and spread the word, you can make anything happen. And, we appreciate your support in that.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, this means I feel all cuddly. Yeah. So this is great. So right now we do have that toy drive. It is going on GoFundMe. We're collecting all the funds there. We're currently at $1,401. We're trying to reach a goal of 2021 because it's just the year. That's just a number, though.
That sounds good. That's great.
Yeah, seriously, throw whatever money you're throwing in. It's going directly to. I believe we're buying a lot of toys from Target primarily. The Target closest by you guys.
Okay, great.
So, we're just excited beyond.
So this is like where every penny is going to go right to it, and then we're starting our deliveries on Thursday.
Yeah,
we're doing another one Sunday, and then all throughout next week.
Perfect. This is exciting, and this every year we have been doing. We raise money for a specific charity. We do the Trinity Place shelter, but around this time we do like to do the toy drive. So I'm very happy that, first of all, that Devin came on board, which a funny story how Devin came on board. Devin was actually dressed up as a Ghostbuster with his friends for Halloween at the Halloween parade in New York City. And the organizers from the New York City Halloween parade were like, "Oh, hey, Ghostbusters, you guys are over there." So this random guy just showed up. And I explained what our group does, and he actually followed through and wanted to be a part of it. And now he's on our board of directors and all this stuff. He's kind of a big deal in our group. So we do really like him. I hope he's a big deal for you guys too. You know, he's a great guy.
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah, but this is great. Before I let you go, Dr. Tabaya, and talk a little more about the group, do you have anything you want to add?
I just, again, just it's such a great, a great thing this time of year when we can get together and do. There's so much bad news in the world today, and we need some good news, and we need to, believe in the goodness of people, and I think that's what this is all about. So, when you're giving to people that you don't know, and you'll never see that part of it, but you know that you're doing a great thing and just building the belief in the goodness in people. So I just want to really reiterate that and thank everyone, and hope that we can spread a little of that, like believing in the goodness of people and believing in good news. I think that's an important message for all of us.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Tabaya. I do want to bring it back to our group. Josh, I wanted you to talk briefly about our charity that we donate to, the Trinity Place Shelter, because, like I mentioned, everyone brings in their own thing to the group. And Josh, you definitely brought in, the Trinity to us. So go ahead and talk to us about Trinity.
Certainly. So Trinity is a really amazing organization located up on, I think it's around 103rd, something like that. But what it is it's an organization that provides shelter for homeless LGBT plus youth who have found themselves homeless for a myriad of reasons, whether no longer allowed to live at home, what have you. And they offer shelter there for, I believe it's up to 2 years, in trying to get them training, job training, things like that, in order to kind of be able to survive on their own. It's really fantastic how it's this it's the Trinity Church that's up there, and essentially what they do is they renovate their entire what do you call that, like the parish hall, overnight, to provide sleeping quarters, to provide food, to provide access to the things that they need during the day, again, in order to kind of get them back up and going over the time. But they do guarantee again those 2 years in order to help that process go on. And I'll never forget one of the just most heartfelt moments that I've had has been the very first time that we showed up to Trinity Shelter. We brought the Ecto, Ryan, if I don't remember, we had the big check and everything. And we also
we did bring the big check.
Yeah. And when we go, we also provide a meal. So we'll bring everything that we need for a dinner or such. And I still remember the first time that we did that. We dropped everything off, we put the food out, and they looked at us and said, "Well, you're going to have dinner with us, won't you?" And we sat down and we had dinner with all of the residents of Trinity and the organizers. And it was just really an amazing experience to be able to share a meal with them, to be able to donate this money for this amazing cause.
That's awesome. And it's really great too. I love that we do that. I mean, you also initiated the Pride Patch for us too.
Oh yes, yeah.
Know?
And that's the Pride logo patch. I think that was one of the first fundraisers that we kind of started for Trinity, and then it kind of became what was our primary fundraiser at that time. And
and that was awesome.
Yeah.
And one of the things I do like about our members, it's gotten to a point in our group where there's not just one person micromanaging the group as a whole. It's a lot of people doing a lot of things behind the scenes and coming up with individual ideas and implementing those ideas. So like the Josh, he had us, he helped to get us in touch with Trinity House and, or Trinity Place. And, now they're one of our, the places that we donate to and raise money for on a yearly basis.
Eric, I need to ask,
No.
Is there anything that you would like to add on about our group before we pivot over to the next group on the list?
Not really. I just this group has just, for me, excuse me, technical issues. has really been a source of inspiration. I was a New York City detective for a long time. I've seen a lot of stuff in my time, and you know, the New York City Ghostbusters gave me a new outlet and a great sense of family and camaraderie and friendship that I have not been able to find anywhere else in my life. So
Buddy.
yeah, so I don't mean to be emotional or sappy, but I can't push the family camaraderie sense enough. So
Well,
um,
we're completely grateful for obviously your leadership and also just how this group is run. You're absolutely right. This is not a one-person show. Everyone in our group that wants to do something, they're more than welcome to do whatever they want. So, yeah.
and we definitely encourage it. So
Yeah.
So
All right.
I guess that's my fireside chat. So,
Sir.
So thank you so much for including me on this. You guys
Thank you.
did an amazing job. So I'll be sticking around and can't wait to hear what else you guys have planned.
Thank you, boss. All right. We'll sign you off.
And I have to say, Ryan,
That guy's gone now, right? Jeez.
That's really something that makes all of us here tonight. The fact that, when I started with New York City Ghostbusters, one of the things that really made me want to join a group like this was the fact that, these Ghostbusters groups all over the world, one of our primary focus is outreach and community and helping the community. And I think that's something that's so unique to all of the groups you're going to see here tonight, that it really makes us special in terms of us serving the community as well as just having a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know this next group you have actually interacted with in the past, specifically with your pride patches and your pride coins.
Are we talking about West Virginia?
We were talking about no, not yet.
No, I thought they were later.
Good guess, but wrong. Next one. Actually, it's on this card.
Oh, jeez.
It is the
wait
for it.
Three wavy lines.
No, it's actually a circle, but it's actually the Atlanta Ghostbusters.
Oh, Atlanta, yes.
We're live on the scene right now. So, hello. Is that Joe?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
All right. Wave everybody. New York City Ghostbusters on the live feed.
Hey guys. How's your toy drive going?
It's going really well, actually, for something we threw together at the very last minute. We'll do better next year. A little more planning, at least.
Hey.
But yeah, we've got a pretty full box of toys already. So that's
awesome.
been going good. The Aurora Theater, who set us up again last minute with no questions asked, helped set this thing up for us earlier in the day before any of us could get out of work. So they're amazing. And then we showed up around a little before 6, you guys. So and I joined them shortly after that, and we've just been amassing here tonight. So
how many people are coming in to see Ghostbusters right now? Afterlife, fair amount, or
it's been a slow trickle. It's still a Tuesday night, but I think people came in earlier in the day. Folks that didn't have to work today came in for matinees, so we didn't get a chance to thank them for it. But they came in and they got free admission to the movie if they brought a toy with them. So the theater gave a free admission to anyone who brought a pack, a new toy to put into the box.
Oh, that's awesome. I see. I saw a comment from Jacob of Circle City reaching out to Class 3 Bros for Life.
Yep, Class 3 baby. Going all the way back to FanFest in 2019. We were the smallest group by far.
Really?
But yeah, the different classes. It was Class 1 through Class 10. And it skipped over a few numbers, but I think everyone that used to be in Class 3 upgraded to Class 4 because it was considerably more. And then I was a Class 1. I'm I could get to a Class 3 with $100 or something. So I did it. And I think we were all in that.
I was in class, not present at the moment. But that's all right. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about your group, about the Atlanta Ghostbusters, how long you guys been around, what your role is at the group, and
all right,
and the other people there, of course, too. Jeez.
Yeah. I was gonna say I can go down. I'll give our introduction as the group first, then I can let people go down the line and introduce themselves. But I'm one of the founding members. I'm Joe Riccadelli. I'm originally from Boston area, but I wasn't involved in any of the stuff up there because I didn't know it existed. So when I moved down to Georgia, I ended up joining the Georgia Ghostbusters for a little while, and they do Dragon Con and all that. So I was involved through there. But most of them are like more in the rural areas, like aside from like Craig and Abby and Jacob.
Yeah.
They most of the rest of the guys were like down around Macon, and so we were organizing stuff around Atlanta and trying to make like an Atlanta metro area chapter of the Georgia Ghostbusters, and like it was getting too spread out, it was getting pulled apart, so we ended up like reconvening and forming the Atlanta Ghostbusters back in, let's say, 2015. But most of us have been friends, like starting things off, like the groundwork was laid around 2014. During that, if remember, Krispy Kreme had those shape of donuts. So it started with that, and Michael Mormino, one of the other founding members, did a vasculitis foundation fundraiser.
Oh yeah.
Because we wanted to like do stuff, like we were just, some groups were out there to party, and we were like, well, we put all this money into it, but we should do some good with it. And like, so that was sort of the reason why we started anyway. So this is all rolling off of that. But anyway, we did showings, things like that. 2015 rolls around, we formed our own group. And then other people have like joined up since then who had no idea that this sort of thing went on. And then since there was a group in Atlanta, they joined up. So anyway, I'll start with Louis. We'll go across the. Yeah,
Sure.
Here's Louis Toro. I'm wearing his slime blower right now.
Oh, nice. Is that lighter or heavier than a pack?
I think it's pretty close to what my pack is, but it's spread out over a larger area and with a lot more support. But awesome. It's clunky. It's harder to move because of all the hoses and the straps and all that.
Oh, sure.
Louis, like say where you're
from. Hey, I'm Louis Toro. I'm originally from New York. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Absolutely nobody is like from Atlanta officially. Like it's a rarity. Everyone's passing through or a transplant from somewhere else. It's a melting pot.
When my father worked in Manhattan when I was a kid. We used to drive back and forth to Firehouse, and I was a Ghostbusters fan as a kid, and I thought it was a real thing. Actually drive past the Firehouse.
Yeah.
Moved to Atlanta about 10 years ago, and I've been part of the Atlanta Ghostbusters for about 3 years, maybe 4, 3.
I think about 3.
Yeah,
like
and
comic book day.
Yeah, and it's been a hell of a ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been great, and thanks for.
Where in New York are you from?
What's up?
Where in New York?
Well, I was born in Queens.
Yeah.
My family's from the Bronx. I was raised in Jersey, Central Jersey, and I left up top when I was like 23 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
A million years ago.
Hey, all right.
You find that all the especially like the founders and everything, everyone in this group is like, Michael is from Memphis and Bob is another Bostonian like me, and like all this, just like a real mash of different kind of personalities. And we got so these are our 3 newest recruits. They're
rookies.
COVID pickups. Which
nice.
As soon as we started working again, I was getting flooded with people being like, how can we become a part of this? I'm like, you're going to have to wait till we start doing things first, but we're going to let you in. We'll bet you one at a time just so we don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
This is I don't know if this is like your first event.
I think this is officially my first event. My name's Jim. I'm originally from the Detroit area back in Michigan. Moved here about 7 years ago. And just for like the past 2 or 3 years, I would just keep bumping into Joe wearing all his Ghostbusters gear at a variety of different things in around Atlanta. And I've been a diehard Ghostbuster fan for forever since the movies ever came out. Day one, I was a Ghostbusters fan. And so
I always felt bad because like usually I'm like halfway to burnt out by the time he runs into me too. So I'm like trying to give him the attention that he deserves for like coming up to me. But I'm like, okay, hold on. What question was that again?
So finally, everything in my life kind of coalesced to allow me to join the group. And finally, this is really my first function I'm participating. So I'm really grateful to be here and glad to run into such a great group of people doing such great things.
Yeah. And we got
that's awesome.
Okay, and then we got these two in as a mix, as a combined set.
Hi, New York.
Hey.
Hey there.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in the suit.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, hi.
She's got her whole
Hi,
like
guys.
Janine Real Ghostbusters outfit.
I love it.
Let them see your pack.
Oh.
So she's just
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, love it.
because you just recently got into 3D printing and Arduino and all that stuff, and this is what
Yeah.
you've chosen to do with it.
That's
Nice to meet
great.
you guys. My name is Glenda. We're noobs. This is Alex. I'm from California. So
Get
I'm
into
in.
the center of the frame.
Oh, right, so I'm
Come on
I'm a transplant as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of the Real Ghostbusters for a long time, and then this guy over here dragged me. He started making the back, and we got excited.
Long time fan, and first year I've been able, get the pack
or whatnot. We're just introducing ourselves to the New York City
so
Ghostbusters. Who
these guys graciously took us in as, again, post-COVID pickups. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, we're getting ramped up. Thankfully, Sony gave us a movie to recruit people through. Anyway,
That's awesome.
and then Michael and Henson just showed up. So
hey guys,
Michael Marino is.
Hey.
You may have met him in New York, or both of them in New York.
Both of us in New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
Senior Ghostbuster representative. We're down
Oh
here.
yes. Now, yeah. Hey, how's it going? On
Hey,
the subway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I had a mask on. The mustache is not.
Yeah. No mask here.
I'll turn
right
up to 11.
Yeah.
We all got involved. I don't think I even mentioned before. We did. We're doing this for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. That's our local children's hospital.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
they're a local powerhouse.
they're really, really great folks. We've done a couple of events there on and off with different other groups. There have been times we've gone with Disney princesses in the Ghostbusters or superheroes in the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's just whoever shows up. And we've had some interesting moments. I mean, I remember early on we had, these are kids who are really doing some pretty major fighting for their lives. And when we had younger folks come into the team and they go to a children's hospital for the first time, it's kind of tough because you're doing this face to face. I mean, these are critical care situations. And I remember some of the guys from the Star Wars group saying, well, at least we've got a stormtrooper helmet and a Mandalorian helmet to cry under. And with and when you're a Ghostbuster, you kind of got to be like, well, rookie, why don't you step off and go change the traps real quick or something. And then we all go back in the bag. It's like, oh my God. So yeah. So being able to do stuff to give back to the children's hospitals, it's great. We dig it.
Awesome.
Like I said, our whole genesis was we put all this effort and time and money into these costumes, and like it can't just be for us. Like we want excuses to go out there and make some good with it.
No, I get it. I get it completely. Is there anything you guys want to add before we switch on off to our next group?
Yeah, thanks
thanks for having us. We love doing whatever we can for people in need.
There you go. There we go.
Come on in. Hi.
Thanks for having me.
You guys are great. Thanks for organizing this whole thing. It's been helping energize this whole operation.
No worries.
We had to do with it.
Hey, thank you for everything you're doing.
Hey.
Yeah, for real.
Pleasure. We got the tools. We got the talent.
We're ready to believe y'all.
I'm looking forward to transplanting there one day. So don't worry. I know where to go.
We're going to come through at one point. We'll welcome you.
Definitely so.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, we'll mute it.
Night.
On to the next one.
Before we go on to the next one, I just want to highlight how are we doing on the fundraiser at this point? Where are we at? What number are we at?
Looks like we're at a little over 1,700.
Woo!
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez Louise.
So we're almost at 2K, which is pretty surreal and exciting. So again, all this money, what it's going to be. Before we go over to Dan, I want to Dan of the Buffalo Ghostbusters. Before we do that, I want to chime this over to our man on the scene who is in charge of the handling of this funds and what toys it's going to go to. We have James from our group. Are you there, James?
Well, hello there, everybody.
Hey.
Love the ears.
I know, right? They're very fashionable. It kind of takes away from, the lack of what's going on, but.
So James, you are in charge of what toys are being purchased. So how's the search of toys going right now for Target?
As of right now, I've been working with Devin. Like I said, big shout out to Devin again for helping us out. He gave me a list of cool stuff to getting. I'm shopping at Target. I'm looking for all the good deals. Nice. All the good stuff. But again, seeing the numbers come in, it makes it so much more easier. Seeing the donations, seeing what people are contributing to the cause, which has been unbelievably fantastic.
Yeah, keep filling that cart. Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to, at the end of the day, checking out with somebody else's card than mine. Yeah. But, I was joking around with Devin today. I said, you're giving me a lot of good ideas for presents for my own household.
That's true.
But you know,
So-
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited seeing everybody from Bob, Josh, Jason Reitman, donating $500. Definitely helps doing this and hearing the stories from the Department of Education. Make sure we're doing the right thing. And so I'm rock and rolling, and we're doing what we can do.
All right, James. Well, we're gonna keep checking back with you. Just let us know how it's going, and we'll see you, I guess, on the other side. Don't you guys love when we say that? No one does. Okay, great.
I think that's one of the awesome things that we're doing here tonight is, so everybody's gotten from that is, we're buying the toys as we, we're not waiting on this. This is going into immediate effect. Everything that we're able to raise here tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have like this massive cart to pick up from Target. We're probably gonna make multiple trips. They're gonna hate us for getting this all together, I'm sure. But anyways, let's bring it on over. We're gonna switch on now to another toy drive on the scene. We have Dan from the Buffalo Ghostbusters. Dan,
What's up, guys?
Hey,
how we
how's it
doing?
going?
Hey there.
What are you sitting on a throne?
Yeah, we've taken over Santa's workshop in our local mall right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yep, there's the team right here.
Hey.
Buffalo in the house.
Hey, Buffalo.
How's it going?
Doing good, man. Ryan, I got to tell you, I don't think Target is even going to believe you guys. I think they might flag your order and be like, nah, nobody bought this many toys in one shot.
They probably will. And I'm ready to answer that and be like, no, I could assure you.
But this is awesome, guys.
We'll roll with the
Congratulations.
hearse.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah. How's the toy drive on your end going?
So before this, we actually went and did our annual shopping spree. So we spent all of the money that we raised throughout the year.
Yeah.
And all of that's going to Toys for Tots. So that was over $3,000 and over 400 toys.
Oh, wow.
So that was a great kickstart to the evening. It was a decent turnout here at the start. It slowed down a little bit. The mall closes actually at 8, so we're almost wrapping up here. But there's quite a few boxes. I don't know if you can see it. I might need to walk over there, but
maybe we could zoom in.
Zoom in? Let me walk over
There
and
you go.
actually give you guys a close up of this.
There you go.
So we got a decent number of toys in these boxes here. So we got some stuffed animals.
Oh, nice.
That box is empty, but there's a whole bunch of toys, and this is my favorite box. I mean,
nice.
I wonder why.
So, but yeah, it's great. That's so many toys, and we've only been here for an hour and a half, so it's a great turnout, and it's a lot of fun. So,
did you guys take a picture with Santa?
No, he wasn't here, so we just took over his workshop for the night.
Oh, jeez.
So I guess he's only here on Fridays and Saturdays. Santa doesn't work on weeknights.
When the boss is away.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little about your group? Tell everyone that's watching at home what Buffalo Ghostbusters is all about. Go on and tell us everything.
Yeah. So the Buffalo Ghostbusters, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary this year. Which our main charity is Toys for Tots, because we're all big kids. A proton pack is not a toy, but it kind of is, right? So
yeah, of course.
We all got all of our favorite toys, and we want to make sure that that underprivileged kids are getting toys for the holidays. So that's a charity that's very near and dear to our hearts, and we've raised consistently more money every year and donated more toys. So every year we set a record. So as great as this year was, let's move forward and set another record next year.
Definitely. So I need to ask about the sign. I need to ask
of course,
all
right?
about it. Let's talk about the sign.
It's definitely the biggest thing we've ever done.
Definitely.
What started out as a simple late night conversation of just like, hey, has anybody ever tried to donate a sign to the firehouse? We were like, oh, let's buy him the Hollywood Collectibles one. We figured it would take a week to raise $1,000, and we did it in less than a day. And people just wanted to keep donating. So we were like, all right, let's leave it open. And then the more money that kept coming in, we were like, all right, what are we actually going to be able to do with all of this? And, working with Ghost Corps and working with a sign company, we were able to actually put together a full-size, weatherproofed, light up, like just the sign is absolutely gorgeous. Have you guys made it over there and looked at it in person?
We have, and it is gorgeous. And we have a picture of it over here for the decorations, the Christmas decorations.
And it's just so cool that so many fans came together. Like, yeah, we organized it, but that couldn't have happened without the 200 some fans and franchises that donated.
Yeah.
And now everybody, anytime they go to that firehouse, they get to see that hanging out front. That's so cool.
It is so surreal. It's so bizarre. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so used to it without a sign, and now it's just like people going in for the first time. Like, yeah, of course it's there. I'm like, oh, what?
Right. They're like, oh, that's there every day, right? It's like it hasn't been, but
yeah. It's just it's so cool,
Yeah. So I mean, and now we have developed such a good relationship with that firehouse, and it has become something that we're going to do a fundraiser for them every year. Yeah. I mean, I doubt we're going to donate a sign every year, but
they fall, right?
Yeah, right. But so we're going to do something this year. We're not ready to reveal that yet, but
nice.
We'll be doing something pretty cool with them again, I'm sure.
That's awesome.
And hopefully with if things can return a bit more to normal, maybe there'll get to be even more fans there and a big celebration. That was incredible, getting to shut down the street in front of the firehouse, and there were 75, 100 fans there that day.
Yeah, it's just it was so exciting, and I know with you guys reaching out to Hook and Ladder 8, I definitely feel like they're a lot more vocal now. They started that Instagram page right after you guys reached out to them. It definitely seems they're even reaching more out to the fans. When we were at the premiere, they were in line to the fan premiere. A bunch of them were at the fan premiere.
Yeah, so we actually were the ones that got them tickets for that. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, like they're just so much more approachable, I think, now, and everybody knows that they're approachable. Even myself, the first time I went there, I was like nervous to knock on the door. I'm like, I don't want to bother them, but I just want a t-shirt. But now I feel like, they really are all so open and accepting and encouraging of fans to come there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
it was really neat
it
was really neat to see this project kind of start where it did and then build and build and build to what it was.
Yeah.
It was I don't think anybody expected it,
Oh my God, no way. Like, we were sitting there just constantly updating people, kind of like everybody was with the HasLab pack of like, oh, it hit this stretch goal. Oh, it hit this much.
Yeah.
As a team, we were sitting there going, you think it'll hit 2,000? You think it'll hit 4,000? And it hit 8,000. So
it is Ladder 8.
Should. Yeah, I mean, there you go. How have I never made that connection?
But yeah, it is surreal. It's really cool. You guys did such a great job.
Thank you very much.
I need to ask.
Yeah.
The logo, the Buffalo Ghostbusters logo of holding the wing.
Yeah.
So you guys are big fans of Buffalo wings.
I mean, of course.
Right. So I always love. There's like a secondary logo where where it looks like So is that treated as like the PKE of wings right there? And if so, what's
pretty much.
Because that's what it looks like he's doing.
Right there, you go.
Yeah. No, that's great. But so is there anything else you want to add about your group, about the Buffalo Ghostbusters? You guys hiring any members? You guys open to new members at any point? Or
I mean, obviously everybody's so excited with the new movie, so there's always new people interested in everything. We've gotten a lot of messages on our Facebook page about that, so that's great.
Awesome. Good.
So yeah, we'll continue to grow and do great things, and just again, congratulations, you guys. You're doing amazing. I see you
I
are.
got you, dude. Yeah.
You're $100 away right now.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right. Well, whatever it is, I'm gonna live hit this. I'm giving you $100. You hit your goal.
Oh. Okay. So
That's
right
awesome.
now, Dan of Buffalo Ghostbusters is giving us $100.
I'm gonna donate that as soon as I get off the stream.
We have the PKE already pointing up to 100%.
Bingo! There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, guys.
All right.
Great job.
We'll see you later.
Have a great one.
Bye. That's bizarre. This is This is so exciting.
This
All
is
right, so
awesome.
so we're at 2021 already. So anything right now, I guess
It's
it's
just
just more
gravy.
toys.
Yeah.
You know, you heard from the very beginning. We're giving all the children are getting. It's not just they get a single toy; they're getting a bag of toys. So whatever you guys donate, you're just adding to their bags. You know, so this is just
Just
beyond
more of a
exciting.
holiday for them.
Yeah. So I'm going to swing it on over to our next group who is waiting patiently. And this guy actually helped us out on our test run yesterday. They're from, it's the Long Island Ghostbusters. We have Charlie Rivera waiting in the wings. Hey, there he is.
Hey!
What's going on, guys? I have bad news for Buffalo. As much as I love them, as much as I love
No
their
way. You
logos,
did it?
I beat them to that
Oh,
$100
jeez.
donation. So they get to tag on at the end, buy the next bag of toys. Because in Long Island, that's what we do. We shove our way in. Happy holiday, guys. This is amazing. I'm so excited to take part and represent the team for this awesome toy drive.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited. What an exciting time to rock khaki, to throw on a proton pack, a slime blower, to boot up and to suit up. And I like Megan's idea of trying to get to 4K. How you guys doing tonight? Feeling still as charged as we were going into it?
Dude, I've been floored all day. I've just been like,
I mean,
oh
the
my
minute you
gosh.
put on a bow tie, you're going to earn that money.
I had to.
That's just the fact.
I had to. I no joke was ready to Jerry Lewis this thing if we didn't get anyone to do it. You know?
That is a deep cut, and I love it.
Yeah. But so go on and tell us about the Long Island Ghostbusters. Tell us the history, the flavor, the fauna. Go ahead.
Absolutely. You know, like so many of these groups, we have a pretty long history, which makes me feel equal parts old and young when we suit up. The group actually started 18 years ago. Our two founders, Dimitri and Chris Haratos, one day they just decided they loved it so much they were going to suit up their van. One of the pictures off to the side, you could see it was like a gray Astro van. They fully suited it up. That was a hand-painted logo. They made themselves some wood packs that we still have, like in our secret lair. These heavy, you think 30, 40 pounds on your back is bad. These things, you could wind up looking like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV with. Vigo the Carpathian would have been a better analogy, but you know, whatever happens. So they took that love and it just kind of kept growing. And over the years, it's kind of changed and modified. And a few years ago, me and a few buddies joined the group. We kind of supported them fully and brought it back to being one of their central activities. And specifically over the last few years, we've really increased our ability to do more events as our group has grown. This year, believe it or not, global pandemic aside, this year we were able to contribute nearly double our previous higher donation year. Just this last month, my lovely girlfriend, who's also a member of the team, hi Jessica, if you're watching, she had the brilliant idea of these HasLab packs. Everyone wanted it. It was such a great way to get a replica on your back. We said, well, some people still can't afford it. Let's do donation drives. So we specifically did it for school supplies for my local school district. We raised money, we bought someone a pack, and we gave the first raffle over $1,000 to my local school district. We then did another. We went over $1,500 for that second one, and most recently we just did a Toys for Tots pack giveaway, and we were able to put together over $3,000 in donations to go towards Toys for Tots. We split that in half. We helped out the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast and their tremendous toy drive out here on Long Island. So we were able to participate with that. Pabst Blue Ribbon threw in some to help us out, and it's been a wild and fantastic year. And that's really going to be our model for next year. Not only doing the live events, not only raising money with our patches and with some replicas and with some great toys that we that people very generously pay more than we paid for on Amazon, so that we have some to donate. But we're also going to give away some cool stuff. We wound up getting some AMC popcorn tubs. We're going to raffle some of those off, and we have some really cool, very hard to get stuff coming this year. You'll be able to get your hand on some things that maybe you missed when they were limitedly available.
I didn't even know they came out.
Not a word. Very few. I was able to get some from GameStop. I'd be lying to say if I didn't give one to Matt Cardona, because I'm a mark. But nonetheless, that is my mother, the lovely Nancy Rivera. That is not my father, but Doug, you seem like a great guy. You know, it's been a heck of a ride. We truly do love this. We love what the movies mean to so many people. And with Afterlife kind of reigniting some of that Ghostbusters fever, it's really beautiful seeing parents and their kids come out of these movie theaters, giant wide eyes. You know, we did a few movie events, raise some money that way, but it's literally seeing the next generation get as excited as we were when we were, you know, munching on cereal, watching real Ghostbusters. So big things in the future, big team ups. Hopefully in the future, we've done events with you guys in the past, and also some of our other brethren, including the lovely Buffalo group. Hopefully we'll just keep doing more and more of that and spreading not only cheer, but raising money for a ton of great causes.
That's awesome. And you guys, you know, whenever you have helped us out with events, you guys have been awesome. You know, I have nothing bad to say about Long Island at all. If I did, you wouldn't be here. No,
we'll give you some stuff. We'll give you. No, sincerely though, I will say this: the one thing about our group of kind of rogue crazies, we've been around so long that a lot of what we do lacks traditional structure. The truth is, the New York City Ghostbusters, to give you guys a cheap plug, have always been our gateway to more of the formal events, because we kind of so often will run off and kind of do our own thing. We've never really stopped to get good at social media. That's problem number one. Problem number two, we've never really made any formal contacts because we're lucky enough to get to spend some time and do some events with you guys. So, you know, we get to the stuff we need to get at. And there are so many opportunities for those of you watching that are not affiliated to a group. Suit up, find something cool to do. Find a donation to help out, and a group will either form around you or they will find you and adopt you. That tends to be our business model. We don't actively recruit, especially with the ongoing pandemic. So instead what we do is we kind of wait to just bump into someone who's like-minded, and we get to kind of see them doing good and see them in action ahead of time. And then we have a kind of reverse process. You just kind of wind up a Long Island Ghostbuster more than you even think. You just show up to enough events, and we're like, we're changing the patch on your suit. Welcome aboard, Junior.
That's so cool. And it's so great to hear that too. You know, I love collaborating with other groups. I mean, this event, right? We're collaborating with all these groups from all over, and it's just so great meeting, you know, all the different groups. And you know, I can't say, you know, all right. So let's stop talking about that. So Long Island Ghostbusters, New York City Ghostbusters, absolutely friends, doing whatever we can. So Halloween parade, you guys always welcome. You know, New York Comic-Con, you guys always welcome. Some random birthday party, you guys always welcome. I mean that, you know, like whatever we're doing, I'm more than happy to bring you guys on board.
You guys have some incredible replicas, but the Ecto Fun, which is a Honda CRV that we have decorated to the high heavens, will always be looking to tail you guys.
Oh, you'll pass us. Come on.
But no, sincerely, it goes both ways. And for those of you who aren't too familiar with us, that are part of a group, again, collaboration is going to be kind of our big 2022 motto, because we have more events than we have members this year. So we're going to need a lot of help from not only NYC, but anyone willing to come hang out and you know, we cause some destruction, but it's in the loving way.
Yeah, totally. So what charities? What charities were you working with before?
So the big one,
Yeah.
the big ones, my local school district, we did
Yeah.
a school supply run where, like you guys, we kind of are always actively searching for kind of a new charity group. But our
Yeah.
default tends to be there's a wonderful camp. It's called Camp Aquatic out here in Suffolk County on Long Island. They're a special needs camp. So every year they have this big Halloween event. We always participate in the kind of spook walk, and we donate a nice chunk of change to them every year. Toys for Tots, obviously one of our big defaults. And then it winds up being a lot of times whatever small charities we can find or happen to reach out to us. A big part of this year, 2022, a big part of it is going to not only be for specifically Toys for Tots, but it's going to be us kind of tagging along with the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. Two former WWE superstars who are even bigger stars now on the indie scene. They do a big toy drive event every year. I mean, they donate thousands and thousands and thousands of wrestling toys because they like to keep it in theme. We're going to do our best to play a big part of that next year, even bigger than this year. And this year we were able to contribute a decent amount thanks to everyone's generosity and, of course, our members chipping in for the fun.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add in, Charlie?
You
we
know,
let you go.
More than anything else, the one thing I want to leave you guys with, other than, again, my absolute gratitude for not only this, but for all that all groups do. Every group contributes something very, very special. The one thing I did want to tag on, though, is there's always a lot of passion in the Ghostbuster fandom. And the thing I always like to say is it's not the gear that makes the buster, it's the buster that makes the gear. With that being said, with all these different variations, homemade packs, $6,000 replicas, $2,000 replicas, the beautiful HasLab pack, awesome modified spirit packs, unmodified spirit packs. Let's see a lot more unity in 2022. Let's welcome in everything that comes with this fandom. And that's not to say that you have to absolutely love everything, but don't yuck anyone's yum. Let everyone enjoy it their way. I'm a sucker, but so I'll like almost everything. But there's the things, just fun to not like stuff sometimes. I get that, but do that in your circles that kind of get you. And let's show a little bit more support, a little bit more love, and let's have way more team ups in 2022. And
Agreed.
Also, again, I'm just saying, like, 1/5 of what Jason Reitman donated, I donated.
All right,
so
well,
like maybe he should be friends with me, and maybe everyone should donate a little more right now. I'm just saying, humble beginnings from this Long Island boy.
I mean, I don't know if someone to top Jason Reitman. Maybe.
I mean, it's
could be.
where's Pops? Where's Ivan Reitman at? Is he on Instagram? I'll message him right now. What's that bastard Slimer doing? He owes us some money. He's been escaping that containment unit for years. No, I absolutely love you all. Thank you again for doing this, and keep busting, you beautiful khaki bums.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Charlie. He's awesome. I love that guy.
I love that Pops.
Pops. Yeah. Josh, I need you to introduce the next group.
Oh, I would love to introduce the next group. I'd like to introduce the West Virginia Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
On there?
I think we have two on here. We have two.
Excellent. I'd like to introduce you to Kevin Michael Pauly and Dave Humphreys of West Virginia. And I do have to really quickly say, West Virginia Ghostbusters, near and dear to my heart. They are my origin story. For many years, I've been going to, and Bob Anderson will appreciate this, the annual Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where I want to say it might have been 2016. I ran across my very first Ghostbuster group, West Virginia Ghostbusters. They inspired me to start looking for a pack. They got me looking for New York City Ghostbusters, and the rest is history. So really some amazing folks here. But Kevin, Dave, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about West Virginia Ghostbusters.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, you are absolutely an honorary member. I don't care where you live. The zip code doesn't mean anything. You're straight up one of our team members, period. First of all, thank you very much for having us on. It's always a pleasure to be a part of the community. We've been around now for almost 10 years. It's crazy to think that. And it's really, it started with me creating a division of one. I went to a horror hound convention in Cincinnati, met some really incredible Ghostbusters there, and decided, hey, this is something kind of cool. I would like to do something like this back home. Luckily, I found my good friend Dave Humphreys, and he joined me. So we were a division of two, and then it just kind of grew from there. And the big thing for us, of course, was finding charities to support. So I happened to work for the American Heart Association, so I thought, hey, that would be a cool charity to support. But I talked to Dave, and I was like, I'd like to have a local charity to support. And he's like, well, let me tell you about where I work, the Children's Home Society of West Virginia. And so that's where everything happened from there. And it's been amazing that Dave, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think we've raised now at this point, like close to $100,000 when you look at Children's Home Society, all the different heart walks, and then just the individual people that we've helped, like my friend Jennifer, who was going through cancer and leukemia, and a friend of your family's, Dave. I think we've raised close to $100,000 in that time.
Yeah, it's at least that much, and as we'll discuss in just a minute, we've kind of got some tricks we use to get our totals up and make our money go a lot farther than it normally would.
Oh.
So basically, the way we do our toy drive, I work for the Children's Home Society of West Virginia, which is primarily an adoption and foster care agency, but we do a little bit of everything that anything you could think of when it comes to child care. So what we do here at Christmas time as the agency as a whole, we take requests from kids in foster care or kinship care, the kids in the emergency child shelters, and people in the community who just kind of need help making Christmas happen for whatever reason. We find that a lot of the people we help are ones that have had emergencies right before Christmas. If it's like fires, floods, deaths, layoffs, when we get those lists, they'll eventually come to me, and I will take any kind of identifying information off of it. So, it stays confidential. No one outside the Children's Home Society's employee will ever see the names. But the way we do it is that we do all of our shopping on Black Friday, pretty much. We start Thanksgiving evening lined up in Walmart, and we do a list that's sorted alphabetically by item. It'll show that we need 5 Batman toys and what ages they're for. I'll also do another list where instead of a name, we give a kid a number, and we'll make a list sorted by that. So we make sure we don't get, everything kid number 23 wanted and nothing for kid 35. Which is especially important when you're dealing with sibling groups. And Kevin, do you want to talk any about the toy drive?
Well, I think what's really great about the toy drive is it's been fun because it's great for the team. It's a great team building exercise, really, because we all get to go out, and it's basically like, man, if I were a kid, this is the stuff I'd like to have. So we're going out and buying that stuff. And, like we had one kid, I'll never forget. He was, I think, like pre-teen or right at teen, and all he had on his wish list was WWE. That's it. No specific thing. So we were like, okay, we can do better than that. We can take this to the next level. So we got that kid a replica WWE championship title belt. And I mean, it is the most legit thing you've ever seen. And I mean, that kid, I wish, and I know we never get to see the kids open anything. We never get to do it. I'd have given anything to be a fly on the wall to watch that kid unlock that belt, because he probably lost his mind. And that's one of the fun things about it. The other thing I really love about it is, Black Friday, you hear all the horror stories, people at each other's throats, and it's just like horrible and blah, blah. But every time we're there, we're in our gear. We don't have our packs and stuff, but we're in our flight suits and everything like that. And people, like, once they started figuring out what we do, like, people will let us in front of them in lines. They will help us get things off shelves. Like, people really see the bigger picture. And so, like, it's kind of like in Ghostbusters 2, the whole thing of like getting the city to find that Christmas spirit and come together. We kind of do that every time we go out for Black Friday. So, like, people are excited to see us. They want to help us. And it really just feels very Christmassy. As I tell people all the time, like, it's kind of like, for us, Christmas officially arrives when we go out Thanksgiving night and start the shopping. And when you get to deliver, you know, a gigantic U-Haul filled with stuff, that you've also got so much stuff that you've got to use my truck and Dave's Explorer. And if our friend Donnie has his Ecto 1 available, his Ecto 1, when you've got to have like a caravan of stuff to get this stuff delivered, it is like the best feeling in the world. We get mad news coverage every time we do the drop off because people just love that story. And it's something that, you know, when Dave told me about it, about the Children's Home Society, I think what really hit me was the idea of a child not having Christmas, and the idea of a child who would possibly think that I don't have a family, so how will Santa find me? And that was really what stuck in my craw the whole time. And so for us, it's very personal. The idea, like, basically the way we look at it is, you are going to have a Christmas, kid. You're not going to miss it. Not on our watch. Not on our watch. That,
you know, one thing too that we've
been able to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, we've also been able to spin this off to where I work for the Heart Association, to teaming up with the Heart Walks. Mm-hmm. And, you know, people get a kick out of seeing Ghostbusters in gear at the Heart Walk. And the thing about the Heart Walk is you have a lot of survivors there. You have a lot of people who have lost loved ones. This became really personal for me. In 2017, I lost my dad to a heart attack. And it really steeled my resolve to doing this every year for the Heart Walk. And I'm very proud to say that we have been a top 5, usually top 3 community team with how much we raise at each Heart Walk, because people, you know, get behind us and they support us. And we do all kinds of fun things like enamel pins with like our team logo or some cute design from Ghostbusters. That year, in honor of my dad, we made an enamel pin that looked like the 8-bit Stay Puft from the Sega Ghostbusters game, and sold that in his memory, and sold tons of those. And all of that goes to that bigger thing. And if there's anything that I could say to any of the teams out there, plain and simple, it's this. If you can do something that you love, something that you're passionate about, something that you just have fun with, and you can make a difference in someone's life, then that is exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Don't get caught up in the, oh, that pack is not exactly 100% perfect, or your suit's not the right brand of flight suit, or that patch isn't screen accurate. I promise you, no kid in a hospital has ever looked at me and said my patch wasn't screen accurate. I promise you, no kid in a hospital has ever looked at my backpack and said, that's not an official Clipper. What are you doing? Never happens. Never happens. Don't get divisive about that kind of crap. Look at the bigger picture, because we can all make a difference like this. And it's something that our team takes great pride in every year. When we are a top team at the Heart Walk, when we deliver all those toys, it is something, there's just something about that when you can be a part of something that special, and you can do it so effortlessly just by dressing up and going out, getting those donations, making people happy, showing up at birthday parties. You know, Dave and I will tell you, we've had so many weird incidents where people gave us money just seeing us in public. We had a guy that was drunk, way drunk, very merry, saw us at a BW3s, came outside and was like, hey, man, yo, Ghostbusters. And we're like, yeah. And we told him what we do. And he stopped and he went in. He took out $60 from the ATM and brought it right up to us and said, you make sure to give this to those kids. Oh, wow. It matters. Yeah. And you can make a difference. You can make a difference every day that you suit up, if you choose to. And that is what it's all about, man. If you have a team that's not doing donation work, I don't know what you're doing, because, like, why wouldn't you be doing donation work? It's so rewarding. It's so fun. I joke all the time, like, the events that we do, it's the closest I will ever be to being a rock star, man. Like, it's the coolest feeling in the world. People go berserk when they see you. We just got to be in the Charleston Parade again for Christmas, and people went nuts seeing us. And it was such a rewarding feeling, just that wonderful community that comes from seeing it. And, you know, Dave is here, and I'll thank him eternally for believing in what I was trying to do with this team and for jumping on board. And we have so many amazing team members who have stepped up well beyond me, man. Like I'm almost like a bit player now compared to everybody else that stepped up. And I'm very proud that I was able to put this together and do something that people enjoy doing, and to shape it into something that has been a force for genuine good. It's just amazing. Dave?
You know, if I can say something about the toy drive, I would say that we've encountered people who kind of wonder, you know, why are we getting this elaborate stuff when we're shopping for just foster kids? You know, they see us buying tablets and game consoles, and you know, they think, well, why are you doing this for kids in shelters when you could just go to the dollar store, basically? And you know, what they don't see is that these kids, they go to school with their kids. I mean, they want the same toys and games and clothing as the other kids, and very often they're too young to understand why they don't have it. And what we attempt to do is to bring some normalcy into lives that have none. You know, these kids, they're, like Kevin said, they're getting moved from house to house. You know, they don't know if Santa will find them. But, you know, thanks to everybody who throws $1 in our bucket, or anybody who makes our toy drive happen, you know, Santa will still give them a bike that they can ride with the other kids. You know, that's just what's important to us is, you know, I always say that no child should be denied the magic of Christmas simply because they were dealt a bad hand in life through no fault of their own.
No.
Yeah. You guys rock it.
Yeah.
For real. Whenever I think toy drive with Ghostbusters, you guys are the first that come into my mind. You guys are the first that come into my mind because I remember every year, every Black Friday, you're posting pictures of what you're buying. I remember one year you bought a Hatchimal when that was actually a thing. And you were like, oh,
Yeah.
we got this kid a Hatchimal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are
I
you
think
guys
all
are
of us,
rock stars.
we all have PTSD from Hatchimals, man. That was a
Sorry.
rough couple of
That was
Christmases
the
right
other
there.
one. Yeah.
Sorry, I should have put a questionnaire about
It's so funny.
taboo
'cause
words here.
What was really great was Toys R Us was still around at that time, and I'll never
Yeah.
forget it. They called Dave and they were like, "We got in a new shipment of Hatchimals. I've got a couple set aside for your toy drive," and we were able to do that. And so, again, man, the community coming behind this is what has been the most rewarding part of it, because, like, you know, so many random
we just
things
can't
don't
thank
know.
everyone enough.
You can't. You really can't. And it's oh goodness, it's such a rewarding thing to do. I guess that's just what I'll end with. You know, thank you again for the time. Thank you for everything you're doing tonight. Thank you for making a difference in your part of the world as well. What I would just simply say is this: every one of us are making a difference. Every team out there is making a difference. And maybe not everybody knows what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. And the thing is, the people who you help.
Oh, I think Kevin froze, but
I'll
I'll just say too that
let this on a cliffhanger.
our biggest thing is the Mothman Festival. So I definitely want to extend an invitation to any Ghostbuster group around the country or the world, if you want to come that far, to come join us at the Mothman Festival and
it's a very
see
good
the
time.
big Stay Puft, see what we do.
I say we have
It's a great time.
our 30-foot tall Stay Puft.
Awesome.
He's ready to go, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for this. You guys,
and I want to say too before you
Yeah.
go, just
Go.
honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, you know what you do and the amount of outreach that do, and how well it's organized. You truly are inspirational in what you do and the outreach that you do. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of that. And
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you as one of us.
It's a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to finally being able to come up that way and have you give me the grand Ghostbusters tour, Josh.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I so have to have that done. I just really want to say thank you guys again. It's been a pleasure just talking with you guys, and thank you for just spearheading this. It's so nice to see the community coming together for the greater good.
Yeah.
And that's really ultimately what it's all about.
Thank you guys again.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye. Oh man. Oh, they're so
A
nice.
great group.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Everything you said about them, so right. They're great.
You gotta come with me to Mothman one of these days.
I am gonna go one year with some Mothman. Definitely.
I'm a frequent flyer at that festival. It's awesome.
All right. We got up next the Massachusetts Ghostbusters. Who we have on deck? Oh, who's behind that book? Why, it's Chris Sullivan. Hi.
Ryan, how are you, man?
How are you?
Haven't seen you in forever.
It has been forever.
It's been forever.
No, not the wedding. That's not the last time I saw you. Is
it? I want to say maybe.
I feel like I've seen you after. Yeah, so
Hopefully.
I'm I'm very close friends with a bunch of the Massachusetts Ghostbusters. And we've all hung out. Massachusetts. Go ahead. Take it away, Chris. Take it away. Talk about your group.
Well, I shouldn't say my group, but to give you an idea, we formed in 2015. If I remember correctly, this group was once originally called the New England Ghostbusters, founded by our current members, David Silva, as we like to call him, the David Silva, and Joshua Hemmelrick. I met David back in 2015 when I did a St. Patrick's Day parade in Connecticut. And we actually bonded over our love of Ghostbusters, like, most strange people like us often do. And then, we just found out we were local to each other, and then we just hit it off. And then gradually, one by one, we started recruiting members. Josh came back into the group, and then he brought along Brian, our lover of all things Stay Puff. And, we have Nick with the Ecto A1. So, because we can't get the 1A messages because someone already took that. But now that we have our full-fledged Ecto, we are literally started rolling out all over the place. And it's been a tremendous. I can't believe it's been over 5 years now since I met these guys.
I didn't realize you have. So Ecto A1 is the license plate?
Yeah, it's Ecto A1 because I think someone else within Massachusetts actually has the Ecto 1A somewhere, and we weren't able to obtain it.
Please tell me you always have A1 sauce in the Ecto.
It's really funny you mentioned that. Only the last couple of days, I was going to say to Nick, we should do a parody of the Ecto A1, make some kind of like enamel pin or something, but somehow incorporate the A1 steak sauce within it, because
absolutely,
it's obvious, it's out there, and I think there would be a need for it.
You have to. You absolutely have to. That's great. So, yeah, and you guys are always amazing. I mean, I remember driving up to St. Patrick's Day for the parade and meeting you guys for the very first time. And boy, oh boy, you guys you're so much fun. Oh my gosh. I love hanging out with you guys.
I like to think we're a pretty fun group. I mean,
that's understatement. Understatement.
We're modest about it, in all honesty.
Yeah, and but you guys do such a great job. So talk to me about some of the charity work you guys have done, because I know you guys, you've done work in the past with children's hospitals. Just talk about some of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, as you know James.
Yes, I know James.
James left us. I like to tease him about it. I give him love, but I like to joke. I always like sending him that GIF from Jurassic Park where that girl's like, he left us, and I love James pieces, but I say, you left us, but you left us for a good group. Your group, you guys are like family to us. So basically, he helped us get in touch with the Bay State Children's Hospital many, many years ago. We kind of helped work and raise money for that charity for many years through conventions, appearances, and such. And we actually did hospital visits quite a bit over the years, and it's worked out great. And since that time, we've actually developed into going to other charities and other groups. Josh has helped us get in touch with a group called For the Win, who does all those like mock posters, Photoshop all these kids into these awesome backgrounds, and the work is impressive. I remember they went for Answer the Call it's more than a couple years back at this point, but
yeah, like 5 years ago. Right?
5 years ago, can't believe it. So, they did that was awesome. And then we also work closely with Todd, the zombie leader, who actually does a lot of charity work with the Leukemia Society. So we work with him very, very closely, and we've developed a relationship with these charities and friendships, and we continue them on as much as we can. So it's been a tremendous year of like fundraising. I think since 2015, we've done about $20,000 from various charities over the course of these 5+ years.
That's awesome. And it's so great to just hear about this. So I need to know what are you guys up to now? What's on the plan? What's the plan for 2022? I need to
Oh
know.
boy, 2022.
Is
Definitely
parade happening again?
We hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad we're definitely it's set for right now, March 20th, and we're hoping and we're going to do our best to try to do that pre-party again, like we did a couple. Like, you remember that? I think
Baseball
you were
Tavern
there.
one?
That was a blast.
Baseball
It's
Tavern,
gone. I know.
I
I know
think
it's
the
gone.
Baseball Tavern is now gone.
I know.
So, like,
Rest in
unfortunately, like a
peace.
lot of things with COVID, but we're definitely going to try to bring it back in some big way as much as we can. So we're hoping to do that, and we're going to do the parade again. And I know Nick has every plan to bring the Ecto to walk the route with us, so that way by the end we can just hop in it and drive right off.
Oh, absolutely. And so I'm well overdue for joining for a parade with you guys. It's such a blast working with you guys. So I'm a loss of train of thought right now. Josh, help me out.
Oh, well, yeah, the parade has always been just such an amazing event put together, and yeah, I just remember the sky beers that would come in as you're walking from people on the second floor of buildings. Just
Yeah, and I remember like all the great stories we have of people running off the route and just jumping into the parade, grabbing us. And Shaggy had some really great stories that I'll never forget. They're still buried in my brain from those days.
I remember end of the parade walking back to our cars and like echolocating each other where we were in the streets by using the lifeguard noises. So everybody was turning theirs on at intervals so you could tell where the different groups of Ghostbusters were heading toward the parking lot.
Kind of makes me regret I gutted mine out when I first got it. I don't think mine was even working, so I'm like, it's more for show at this point.
That's okay. You can always make it exciting. Oh, I see Josh in the comments. Hi, Josh. Josh Himmelrick.
Yeah, Josh is definitely the heart of the group. If there's anyone Josh is definitely the heart of the group. He does a great job of keeping us connected with all the groups, even when a lot of us are just, not saying too busy. We're all busy with our lives. He somehow has managed over the last many years of keeping us still together, connected with everybody. And I don't think anyone else could do what Josh has done in the last many years. I mean, balancing a family life, a job, but also balancing a Ghostbuster community on his back. I mean, I wish I had as much energy as Josh has with this. I mean, I can't say enough great things about him.
Josh is the one too that helped us out usually when we do our holiday party in the city, we take up a donation and bring it on over to the firehouse. And Josh was the one that I reached out to and basically was asking like, what do these guys need? Really kind of helped us put that together years back.
And we, I remember that. Yeah. So do you have anything else to add, Chris? The floor is yours.
Oh, the floor is mine. We just want to get back out there and seeing you guys and going to all these different events. One thing I do miss about the last couple of years, since there's been a lot of standstill with the COVID, but we want to go out. I'd love to do more traveling, going to other cities more than anything. Because, I've been here or there, but I mean, getting up to New York is always a little bit of a stretch for me, but I always want to make that effort now. It seems like hopefully things are getting better out there. We can go up to New York more often, or even up to Maine, or even checking out that California I hear so much about, It's like...
I don't know. Are we going to be sending you that GIF of you left us now? Who's going to be sending you that GIF now?
I always say GIF. I think it's GIF. I think peanut butter.
GIF, the creator said GIF. End of discussion.
Yes. Really?
Yes. The creator of the GIF said it's pronounced GIF. That's the facts. Anyways, it's a very sore subject for me. But thank you so much for joining.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I hope to see you very soon.
Likewise. Yeah. Likewise.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye. So,
Ryan, we're just over 2,500.
Are we?
At least last I saw.
Oh, we're at 2,000.
Just went up again.
$586. This is really exciting. All right, who do we have next? Because it's just like unwrapping Christmas presents. We have Metro Detroit joining in. Is that Adam?
What's up, gentlemen?
How's it going?
Good. Thank you for having me. This is like my first telethon. I tried to get on Jerry's Kids a few times, but they just stopped me at the back entrance. So you guys gave me a shot here, so I appreciate it. You guys are kicking butt tonight, I see.
Well, you know, it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
You're here to help us kick some butts right now.
I am, and I'm honored to do that. Detroit style, yes.
Yeah,
Detroit style kicking butt is a very different style than the rest of the nation.
Believe that.
As you guys know, on the subway, I was probably the one person in New York they're all looking at like he just smells like motor oil and bad decisions. So
No, that's all right. We get that all the time. So so go on and talk about your group, Metro Detroit. Talk about your role. Talk about charity work. You know, all that stuff.
Absolutely. Well, I am one of the co-founders. I started off with another team locally, and as you guys know, I actually met my wife. She was one of the heads of a group in Tampa Bay, and we started dating. Of course, her in Tampa Bay, me in Detroit. So it was a long distance, and things going as did. We ended up getting engaged, and she moved to Detroit. And we decided we wanted to start our own team. And at the time, we had been fortunate enough to actually get to work with the original movie Ecto that was here for a race event. And she came up with the logo. That's as much as I'd like to take credit for it. That we were coming up with all kinds of stupid ideas like, hey, how about the Rat Fank Ecto with the Detroit skyline? And she kept it simple, as they say. And so we started our team back in, I want to say, June of 2016. So we're going on just over 5.5 years. Started off as a small team, 3-4 people, kind of like Vin Diesel, just keep it family.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, we've had people join us from other teams, and we got to know a lot of people through this community, through, even something as simple as patch swaps. And Ryan, I think that's how I met you.
I did get
initially.
your patch. I don't do much patch swaps, and also I don't like the Detroit Tigers, but I really like your logo. I really like your logo.
Thank you. You know what? I'm from Toronto originally, so it just made sense because everything in Detroit, and I know you had done that little video when we were in New York, and you're like, you guys owe me a trip to Detroit. You're going to see that D on every car, every tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the logo tattooed on me. It's just, it's a piece of Detroit. That's kind of how we're known.
Yeah.
But we've brought in some people through it. We've grown to about 13 members. We're on our second Ecto now. So we're building a little fleet. So for kind of a small, friendly thing. Now, I had done charity work for a number of years. This all started as a Halloween costume for me, as I'm sure it did for a lot of people. And you just meet some friends, and your life takes you where it takes you. And we can all say from that moment we had that idea to start working with a flight suit or making a Halloween costume, the places it has taken us and the things that we've been able to do for people, when you really step back, it just kind of blows your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that thing. You grow up saying, "Mom, I want to be a Ghostbuster." You end up getting a different job because Ghostbusting doesn't pay, but you can still be a Ghostbuster, which is still pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's how it is for majority of us. So.
And I have to. We lost my dad about 10 years ago, and he would rent the. We live next to a small in Toronto, and every week he would ask, what do you want to watch? And it was always Ghostbusters. We didn't have like an HBO in Canada. I think we had like 2 polar bears fighting each other, I think was our main source of entertainment. So he'd rent Ghostbusters every week, and this was at a time when you couldn't own, betas or VHSs at the time. I'm really dating myself, but I would love to know his thoughts. When that day comes and I see him again, like, okay, you became a Ghostbuster. You've done all this stuff. You have built a car. You have met your wife through Ghostbusting, and the reason we do things like we're doing today is because those kids that want those toys and are underprivileged, we want to give back and hope that they go on their own path to do great things. Ghostbusting or not, we prefer Ghostbusting, but to make those dreams come true, that's why we're here.
Yeah, and it's surreal. It's really great. So why don't you tell us a little more? Because I love interacting with you. I mean, I met you at the 2016 premiere, and you got to stand next to us, and that was great because we had the Slimer. So everyone was coming to Slimer, and you are right next to Slimer for all of these photos. I know we have one of our photos where it's just you right next to Slimer and Dan, and it was just it was so great meeting you there. It's just like, yeah, of course, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? I loved getting to know everyone from New York, and I think Massachusetts was right behind us. Windy City was to the right, and that Slimer, and I know I've joked with you many times, like, does he miss me? You know, that's the reason I've had a lot of those pictures come out, and that whole experience was really you know, boosted by you guys being there and the friendships that we've made since then. But that was crazy because I'm like, holy crap, you know, I didn't know a ton about Ghostbusters around the country and that for a number of years. And they're like, oh, there's a ghost. Must like work out of the firehouse. I think that was my initial, you know, my initial thought. There's like, oh, they must be doing all kinds of stuff with that.
Yeah, it's not really. Most of us, actually, I think there's like one or two of us that live in Manhattan. That's it. And there's like 40 something people in our group. And that, you know, we're all in the outer boroughs or in parts of Jersey or Pennsylvania, you know.
Well, and I understand that's why we call ourselves the Metro Detroit Ghostbusters, because we, you know, we encompass not just Detroit, but that whole area around it. You know, everybody comes from a different background, different area, and you know, we just want to be all encompassing of that. You know, we don't want to just pick the city name. We'll sure as hell take the big Detroit D for our logo, but you know, as far as you know, we want to reach out to all the areas around that. And to your point, Ryan, I love hanging with. I was glad that I was able to go on the subway with you for like the first time, and like, you know, just tug on your flight suit if I got scared. That was very comforting. And Josh, but it was good to see you. And
awesome to meet you too.
I got back from that whole weekend, and I'm like, where did that 36 hours go? And all the memories and all the places. The things that we did, it's just amazing to have that kind of camaraderie with a lot of the people in the Ghostbusters community.
It was awesome, and I'm so happy that you made it out. You know, and I do mean it, and you do collaborate with other groups. You know, 313. I know you collaborate with a bunch. You know, and it's just it's so great. Just to, you guys have such like a nice core. I love it. I'm definitely gonna be going to Detroit. It's not pizza, you know how that goes. The whole
No. I mean, our obsession with pizza. I don't know why there's a Detroit pizza. I mean, you have your thin crust, your thick crust, and then Detroit's like, oh, we're all corners.
Yeah.
But the thing about Detroit is we made all these muscle cars that couldn't take corners. So why are all of our pizza all about corners? It's one of those things that just kind of baffles my mind there.
That's a valid point. All right, so Adam, do you want to add anything else before I sign you off?
Yeah, you know, I'd just like to mention some of the charities that we do work with. For anyone that's watching. I know that kind of got away from me there. You know, we like to work a lot with Michigan Children's Foundation. We're very big on helping sick kids. Autism Alliance of Michigan, Operation Come Home, which provides and builds housing for veterans and disabled veterans. And then finally, the Crystal Head Vodka Children's Foundation, where we raise money for children that have no Crystal Head vodka.
You had me at first. I was like, there's no, really? Oh, wait a minute. What a roller coaster that was. Adam.
And guys, I will just say before I go, on behalf of the Metro Detroit Ghostbusters, I have already donated $150 to the cause.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we're currently at 2,596. Does that include your 150?
It should. It was done earlier in the show.
Oh, perfect. Then awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. And
thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
It's great having you. Great having you.
Oh, man, this is great. Man, 25.
About to break 26.
96. Holy moly. Okay. I think we have. Is our next group up? I think so. Yeah, Circle City is next. Oh, hey.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How's it going?
Never better. How are you?
So first of all, I was so excited to meet you in New York.
Oh, it was a blast.
I'm doing the tour, but it was so finally great to meet you. I've seen your name all over the place. I've seen your drawing, you know, of you all over the place. I'm like, I need to meet this guy one day.
Oh, you flatter me.
No,
I mean, hey, anyone who's listening, if you're in New York, you got to do this tour. It is amazing. You guys
Thank
did such a great job. I loved every second of it. It was the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, talk about Circle City.
Talk
Go
about
ahead.
Circle City. Okay. Easy enough to do. Well, we're in Indianapolis, Indiana, which not everybody knows that Indianapolis's nickname is the Circle City. So there's that. We kind of started around 2005 as the Indiana Ghostbusters, which was a lot of other people, including Jeff Lewis and Andrew Beamer. We still have some of those members, specifically Andrew, but we rebranded in 2014 as Circle City Ghostbusters and focused more on Indianapolis. And I joined in 2016, and we've really upped our game as far as the charity stuff goes. Obviously, inspired by a lot of these other groups out here who have been on this call are wonderful people that I've met, and it's just been so much fun. Like, we've had a crazy amount of fun. I've had so much fun the last 5 years. I've met so many wonderful people, yourselves included, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, so tell us specifically about some of the charity work your group has done. Who have you worked with?
Sure. So we do a lot of work with the Day Spring Center, which is a local homeless shelter for families here in Indianapolis. Most recently for them, I'm going to humble brag here a little bit, but we were at a Indy Fuel game, which is a local hockey team, and I made a shot from center ice, dead in the goal, and won $1,000 for him.
What?
Yeah, it was that was pretty cool. And,
Have you played before? Is that why you're like secretly like?
I played a little street hockey when I was a kid, but I'd never been on ice before, so it was kind of fun.
You're natural.
I mean, a few years ago for them, we actually we visited. They were doing a summer camp for kids that were homeless, and Ernie Hudson just happened to be in town for a convention, and he joined us for a visit there and donated a bunch of money. We ended up raising like $5,000 for them in a single month, including Ernie's donation, and he got Ivan Ryman to donate too, and that was like a huge honor. It was tons of fun. It's like by far the coolest thing that I've ever done in this hobby. And
awesome.
Currently we have a citywide donation going on for Cleaners Food Bank.
Okay.
So we have these things, they're called dip jars. People just take their credit cards and they just dip them in, and it charges them $5. And there's stores all around the city, like Downtown Comics, if anyone happens to be in the area, Comic Book University, and a Basbo Pizza, that you just go there and you donate. And we've raised over $700, and it's there's a picture of the dip jar on there right now, so you can see it.
Where? Oh wait, which one is it?
The bottom right.
Bottom right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. The white thing.
Yeah, a little white thing. You just dip your card in there, and it does a little jingle and a song and dance. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's so cool.
But yeah, but I mean, we raise money for all kinds of people, though. Like we raise money for Speedway Animal Rescue. We do a lot of work with our local children's museum. They do fundraisers all the time and have us out with our pals in the 501st, our local 501st. We donate tons of time through them, and it's always great. We'll raise money for anybody,
That's so cool.
It's fantastic.
And Circle City. I mean, I've met you guys. I want to say it was 2016. It was at Gen Con 2016.
Oh,
I found Bob Anderson. There was this whole thing about where's Circle City, and it was like he was part of Bob Division. I remember that.
Bob's a wonderful member of our team as well. Bob's a member of every team, I think.
Yeah, he is not a member of our team as well. He does have a certificate of proof of that.
And we all love Bob.
And yeah, it was so cool just seeing. I love going places and seeing other Ghostbusters and how they work and stuff. And it's just, you guys are definitely a group that I do look. I look up to, essentially. I look at you guys and I see what you do, and I'm just like, yeah. You guys got it cool.
Oh man, that humbles me so much. Thank you. I mean, wow. Everyone, honestly, everyone that we've reached out to, it's been groups that we have looked up to. It's been groups that, we definitely feel like they are making an impact in the community, and we just want to give the spotlight to some of them too
for this whole toy drive event as well too.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, and this toy drive has been awesome. Congratulations, by the way. You guys are crushing this goal.
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, it's just it's nuts. It is completely nuts. So is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Not too much. I just want to shout out, my pals in Windy City and Arizona and all the other teams all over the country. You guys are great. Every time I even remotely consider maybe I should, slow this down and do a little less in this hobby, you make me reconsider it. I just there's no way I could ever do anything but keep going in this because of these connections that we've made. I love all you guys so much. Everyone's wonderful that I've ever met in this hobby. I've never had a bad experience. And it sounds like I'm brown nosing a bit, but I do truly mean it. I appreciate everyone, and I just love it. I hope everybody has like a really wonderful holiday season, and keep going with this toy drive. Let's see if we can get 4,000.
I'm hoping. I'm happy with any number we get, but if we get 4,000, I don't know. Crazy stretch goal time. I'll take off my tie. I don't know.
Well, there's some incentive right there. Oh, and I do have to say it is pronounced GIF.
Oh, stop. Can we kick this guy out?
Worth it.
Jacob, thank you so much for your time. And
thank you guys for having me on.
I'll see you at the next Gen Con, I'm sure.
See you
next
then.
time I go. So
take care.
Oh man.
All right.
That was
Who we got next, Ryan?
I don't know. How are we on time, Nick? Do we have time for some quick shout out videos, some special video clips? We do have time for that. Okay, great. So go on. We have some clips directly from Ghost Corps. We have some shout outs. So go on, give us some shout outs. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from Ghost Corps. Just wanted to wish you all a happy holidays and a special shout out for the New York Ghostbusters for organizing tonight's toy drive, telethon, and also for all the other groups around the country who collected toys today. Really appreciate it and have a happy holidays. Thanks.
That's awesome. It's Eric Reich, by the way. I mean,
Eric's
a lot of you
such
guys
a great
know.
guy.
Yeah, Eric Reich. He is. He works at Ghost Corps. He was the producer on the recent Ghostbusters Afterlife. He is a powerhouse, and not for nothing. I don't want to sound brown nosy as well on this, because Ghost Corps is doing such a solid job of just reaching out to the fans, and we're not getting cease and desist for doing any of this, which is great. I'll be honest, that's so cool. And we get to spread our Ghostbusting love, and I'm making a fool of myself. But Eric, thank you so much for letting us do what we love to do.
I think it's worth mentioning too. I mean, even when we did the Netflix, the movies that made us, Eric reached out to us and made sure that there were two ghost heads there, two members of New York City Ghostbusters, while they were filming to basically be the location consultants, which was awesome. You know,
it was surreal, and I love doing that. And he reaches out to like a lot of these groups that you've been seeing right now. He's reached out to them, and it's just so Eric,
they really value their fans. You know?
Absolutely. All right, Nick, what do we have next on the? We should check in with Jingle Bell, right? Let's check in with Jingle Bell really quickly before we move on. Woo! Hi.
Hey.
James, message Giselle.
I will do that. I will do that right now.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
No worries.
So right now, you guys are blowing us away with the amount of money being donated. I have my own little worker elves with me helping me out now, because I started seeing this money rolling in. I'm looking at my cart. I'm looking at $400, $500. I'm like, how am I going to spend this money to get this many toys, right? How can I help you? I got to give a big shout out to Devin. I have to give a big shout out to Devin's girlfriend. We had people from the Department of Education jumping on his shopping cart list, double checking the list, making sure it's right, checking it twice, all that fun stuff. right now, guys, no joke. Devin's helped me out. We are at so far $2,231 worth of toys we have purchased so far from Target. We're literally calling Target as we speak to give them the heads up before we issue this by our first round of toys, to kind of give them the heads up, being like, hey, we don't need these in 2 hours. So take your time to get this stuff, but we're also going to clean you up. It's over 130 toys.
Oh my gosh.
130.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
and
nuts.
we've gotten everything from baby dolls to board games, puzzles, books, little snuggle blankets for babies, all that stuff. And Devin's like, I'm looking more stuff up. So we're working around the clock. Guys, keep donating. I'm with Bob Anderson. I'm seeing the chat. I want to get to 200%. I want to buy $4,000 worth of toys.
Wow.
I know we got a little bit of work to do that. Bob, I think Bob After Dark should match the donation. I'm saying, just if he's gonna say other people join, but we're grateful. I'm grateful for everything that's going on. But definitely, we'll let once we get closer to the end. To check back in with me. I'll let you know where we stand, and we'll go from there. But I love hearing the stories. That West Virginia group, man, I had to stop it. I was like, who's cutting onions in my house? Like, what's going
They're
on?
awesome.
Yeah.
So,
James, thank you so much for handling this. Keep us posted, and we are going to move on to our next franchise. Give it up for the San Antonio Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters San Antonio. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are y'all doing?
Hi. How's
Doing
your
great.
toy drive going?
Listen, let's see if I can tilt the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going really well. We had a kind of a good start. We have a large box here. There's probably, I guess, 60 items or so, and we're going to be collecting items for the next week here at our favorite local comic book shop. This shop is known as Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. It's the Alamo Ranch location. So if you're in the San Antonio area, it's on the northwest side of town, and we decided to kind of up the ante a little bit. Everybody who donates, take a selfie of you dropping off a toy, an unwrapped item, and we're going to enter you in a raffle to win. You guys know what this is. An AMC Ghostbusters Afterlife Ecto 1 popcorn bucket.
Oh man. That is awesome.
You can't find those anywhere. So
No,
Hot item right now.
Good
Hot item.
incentive.
That's my number one Christmas boutique item, right?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about San Antonio's Ghostbuster group. I don't think I've ever met any of you. So tell me about the group, please.
They're a fantastic group of guys, and we try and stay extremely active, or as active as we can. This has been a really busy month for us. We participated in a neighborhood parade a few weeks back. We're also going to be participating in another parade, which is tomorrow. We're going to be at a toy store on Sunday, and we also are going to be Saturday is the 5K. So it's a 5K run that's raising money for a special needs theme park that we actually have in town. So it's a fantastic location. It's going to be at Morgan's Wonderland. If you want to see these guys running in their flight suits, meet us Saturday morning at Morgan's Wonderland for their 5K. But these are a great group of guys. Me and Rob, we've been trying to put our heads together to come up with several things that we can do for the community, and it's worked out really well so far. So glad you guys are doing this. We talked about a toy drive like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the official Ghostbusters account says December 14th is the day. So we're like, let's hurry up. Let's get this
Hurry up
going.
and do it. Yeah. That's how you got to do it,
Absolutely, yeah. So we're excited to be a part of this. Thank you guys so much for inviting us out, and just great to be a part of this.
Yeah, this is going great. When did you guys form?
When did you form the chapter?
Chapter was formed, I want to say, almost 10 years ago.
Almost 10 years old.
There was actually another chapter here that
sorry about that. There's another chapter that was here. They kind of just went away, and there was 3 main group members that formed this chapter. I've been with the group for about 6 years now, and we're going strong. You know, our main focus is Meals on Wheels. Throughout the year, that's our main charity. We have members that make items that we sell at cons, or when we go out to like we're going out to the toy stores actually on Saturday afternoon at Toy Hunters here in San Antonio. They're doing a retro event, so we're going to be there on Saturday. And one of the things that they gave money to Meals on Wheels to let us come out and do an appearance. We got to, take pictures with kids. I mean, that's one of the best things about being a Ghostbuster, I think, is taking pictures, especially with kids.
Yeah.
My car looks like an Ecto. I have a Ford Flex, like so many other members of the Ecto community. And you just those smiles when people drive by. So that's what we're always looking for.
That's awesome. I've been eyeing the Ford Flex. Yeah, for that reason.
He says he's been checking out the Ford Flex for the same reason.
Oh yeah, it's a nice car to use.
You want to tell the guys, how our event's been going on so far?
Yeah, so far we've had a great turnout. Like we were saying, we have about maybe 60 plus toys. This is going to be going on today, December 14th, all the way until December 21st. All of these toys will be distributed to the families in recovery on December 25th at Jefferson Community Church, and the event will be called the Second Sober Christmas Extravaganza.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, helping families that have been dealing with either addiction or some form of recovery, and it doesn't just affect one person; it affects everybody around them. So we're going to try and bring some smiles and some positivity to those who need it.
That's awesome.
It's really amazing.
Only time that these families on that day get to see their child on Christmas. So, we're trying to provide, they might not have the money to buy toys for them or whatever they need. So we're trying to provide them something to be able to give their children and make that such a special day for them.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have anything else to add about the group or
Yeah, we actually had probably one of the coolest events just this past weekend. Ernie Hudson did a film festival just nearby, just outside San Antonio. And so Rob here got as many chapters around Texas to all converge at this film festival. It was 4 days long. Ernie probably signed 1,000 autographs, took another 1,000 photos.
Yeah.
It was a great event. There's actually some videos out there if you go to either the Ghostbusters page or my podcast page, Countdown City Geekcast. And there's going to be more coming out because Ernie did 10 Q&A sessions and talked about everything. So he's literally the best.
He's such a guy, down to earth. I mean, I think he would give you his shirt off his back if you needed it. I mean, one of the best memories was we have a guy who just moved from Oregon. He just started coming into the group. Had just bought all his gear before he came to Texas, and he was looking for a group. And I said, "Hey, come out to some events. Let's try you out. Let's see what's going on." And this is like his second event. And Ernie Hudson, when we gathered around Ernie Hudson to take a picture, and at the end he was talking to us, and he was telling us Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and everything else. He went and touched him on the shoulder and said, "You have a good Merry Christmas," or whatever he said to him. And he's like, "I'm not going to wash this shoulder ever." So it was just amazing how just fan oriented he was to us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gave everybody, a great deal amount of time to connect and converse and everything. Ernie is literally the best.
He is. He's a class act.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. I wish you luck with your continue on with the toy drive. You said until the 21st, correct?
Yes, we'll be collecting items through December 21st. We'll pick up the box at that point and have the raffle afterwards. It's the Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy store in the Alamo Ranch Shopping Center. It's on the northwest side of town in San Antonio, Texas. It's a great cause, and you get to win a pretty cool popcorn bucket that you can't find anywhere in stores. So, yeah,
Awesome.
definitely help out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you soon. Come to New York.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Look us
guys.
up.
Appreciate it.
All right. Later.
Take care.
That's awesome. I've never met the San Antonio guys ever, and it's just so cool.
I don't know if you saw Eric Reich helped us get into an over 26. We're now
I did
almost 29.
Yeah. So thank you, Eric. You know,
Yeah,
it's
thank you
great
so
that you're
much.
listening. And yeah, we're almost at 2,900, which is awesome.
Whew.
You know,
Did
like
you-
we
did
could
you
get
think-
support.
Yeah,
No,
did you think that we'd get here this? I
No.
didn't think so.
I was like, what did we set the goal to? I don't know, like $1,000 or whatever. James like, no, that's too low, man. You gotta go higher. And he did, and he did. I didn't go as high as he wanted. He wanted 2,500. I was like, let's do the year 2021. You know,
I mean, we had almost half of that when we started, which was amazing.
I know. It's just bizarre. Do we have a quick minute for another video clip from Ghost Core, Nick? We do. All right, cool. Do that, and then we will take in our next guest.
Hi everyone, happy holidays, and please donate to the toy drive.
That was Celeste O'Connor, right? That's Lucky.
Yep.
That's awesome. Man, the kids in Afterlife rocked it too.
They were phenomenal.
Yeah, they just rocked it. All right, let's bring on the next guest because they'll probably say the same thing, unless it's no, it isn't. Okay, it's the Windy City Ghostbusters. It's Steve. Hi, Steve.
Oh, hey there, guys.
Oh,
How's
hey
it?
there,
Steve.
How's it going?
It's a wild time. I know how you guys feel now for the trivia challenge.
Yeah, it's a lot, but when you look at those numbers, it's well worth it.
Yeah,
it's well worth it.
So tell us about the Windy City Ghostbusters. Give us the history, or give us everything you got. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Steve Sandrowski. I'm the president of the Windy City Ghostbusters. Our team has been around since 2013, and we came out of the old Ghostbusters Chicago division, which we actually just reunited with earlier this year. So we're we're one big happy family again,
Awesome.
which you can't complain about. We're currently at over 100 members, and that includes people in our rookies program.
Over 100.
Wow.
Over 100.
Oh my gosh! All right, keep going.
We actually just added in the past month. We added 8 new full-time members from our rookies program to our full team. So we're kind of clicking on all cylinders right now, and coming out of the pandemic, that's all you can ask for.
That's surreal. That's a congratulations on the milestone. That is 100 members whole. Okay, well, tell us some more about your charity work, some of the events you've done. Go on.
Yeah, absolutely. So our main charity is the La Rabida Children's Hospital. Their main focus is on children with chronic illnesses. As you may or may not know, Chicago has a lot of worthy children's hospitals and a lot of worthy charities. Unfortunately, La Rabida kind of gets lost in the mix most of the times when it comes to the larger name children's hospitals, which is why we decided that 100% of our efforts will go towards making donations to their hospital to further their goals. We've teamed up with them for over 8 years at this point, and it keeps going strong. You mentioned the Trivia Bowl, which the past 2 years was a huge hit for us. And I need to look at the exact numbers. In 2020, we raised over $6,000 for, I believe it was 5 different teams combined. In 2021, we raised over $4,000 amongst 4 teams, and that includes $1,000 going to our La Rabida Children's Hospital. And that's just a fraction of the thousands that we've been lucky enough to be able to raise in the city since 2013.
That's so cool. It's so great. Go ahead, Josh. Go.
I was saying, and I remember that, the first trivia night, just hearing the numbers coming in for the totals, and was just like, holy moly, it was such a great event.
The wild thing about that is I don't think any of us expected the way that last half hour went, because it turned into this kind of telethon thing where people were sending us messages and making donations to all these teams, and the numbers just kept going up and up and up. And we did a lot of good for a lot of really worthwhile charities in the middle of a pandemic. And that's something that I'm really proud of. I'm proud of everybody that worked behind the scenes to make that run, and all the teams that were involved in that. We're very happy about it.
Yeah, and it shows you guys are definitely one of the most organized groups. I mean, you have a whole rookie program. What's that entail?
So the rookie program basically comes out of a need to make sure that we're putting people onto the team that are good at charity events and are good around children and around multiple different situations. So essentially anyone can join our rookies program. We will add you to a rookies group, and we will you basically just have to do 4 events. You do 4 events with us. That gives us plenty of time to see how you kind of interact with the team, how you interact with the public, how you follow the kind of the rules that we have set up.
Mm.
And then after those 4 events, you get sworn in. We have a really great swearing in ceremony that's usually run by Joe Gagliano, who's our membership chair. Yeah, and it's fun. They swear on the Tobin Spirit Guide, and we get them their patch and all this stuff. So
that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it's a fun little way to put a little bit of we put a little bit of pomp and circumstance on it, but in a little bit of a Ghostbuster style. So
I love it. That's really exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us more about what you have lined up. Tell us. I mean, I know it's the end of the year, but
Yeah, I think most of us are kind of moving into our slow season after October. That's usually when most things kind of slow down quite a bit. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get anything lined up for tonight with our own team. There's just scheduling issues with the charity that we were working with. But we've got some interesting stuff on the horizon for 2022.
Okay.
And I have literally a note card full of things that I can't officially talk about yet.
Cool. Okay. Don't worry.
No spoilers. But all I'll say is keep August of 2022 open.
All right. And I still need to go to your St. Patrick's Day parade. I mean, the Boston one's a lot closer, But,
oh, absolutely.
But I do need to make it out one day.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. St. Patrick's Day is one of our big ones. We also do the Thanksgiving Day parade every year, and a Halloween parade right through the middle of downtown. So, you and your team and all the teams watching, everyone is welcome to all of our events. Shoot us a message, shoot me a message. Let us know that you want to come out, and you're more than welcome to join us. We'd love to have you.
So I need to bring this up. One of my favorite moments because you came for the premiere. You came on the walking tour. One of my favorite moments I completely missed in the walking tour, but I saw in pictures later on, and I am so mad that I missed it in real life. So when you come back to New York, you have to do this. Go on, tell us what you did, because it was literally the highlight. I wish I had a picture of it. It was the highlight. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I knew that we were going to the museum that doubled as the Manhattan Museum of Art in Ghostbusters 2, and I have the red long underwear to wear underneath my jumpsuit. So I think I only told like 3 people that I was going to do this. So after we go inside the museum and take some photos, I'm literally standing on the manhole cover that they came out of in Ghostbusters 2. And I just start yelling how I'm going to start fighting people. And I just rip off my jumpsuit and just pull it down. And I'm just standing there in my red long underwear in front of the museum, fighting Circle City's Nick Farnsworth. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I couldn't let that go.
I know.
I did get to see that. I was there, and it was amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was. Oh man, it was so surreal, man.
And you know what? On behalf of myself and everybody that came out for that, we appreciate what you guys did for that, and that you guys took us on this tour and showed us these sites that we would probably get to, but in a very unorganized fashion. So
we love doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we know when other Ghostbuster fans come to New York, they have reached out to us about doing this sort of thing. So we get to a point where we just like, you know what to see at this site. Let's just get you there. Let's just make sure we're on the right subway, we're going the right direction, and then exactly your way around like the New York Public Library because you've played the video game and stuff.
Right.
You know what to look for. I don't need to explain to you. There it is. There's that picture. Thank you so much, Nick. Oh man,
that's it.
and go back to that picture for a second, Nick. Because I just saw myself in that picture, cluelessly looking away right over here, right there. Yep, there I am. Told you. I was so. Oh man, I completely missed it. Oh man, that was such a pleasure. So yeah, I am going to make my way to Chicago. I love going to Chicago. Chicago is it really is second city. Like going, like when I've gone to Chicago, it feels so natural. I love going to the city there. It's just so great. I love going even to the outskirts outside of Chicago. Last time I went to a Cubs game, and it was great. It's a blast. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and next time you come out, let us know. I'm sure Bob would love to see you again, and
absolutely
the rest of the guys. So yeah, you're more than welcome.
Absolutely. And likewise, when you guys are back here, always
thank you.
Hook us, call us up. We're ready.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything to add?
I actually do, and this is something I talked with my executive committee. And once I get off of here, we're going to make the donation to round you up to $3,000.
Oh my gosh!
So
no way.
On behalf of the Windy City Ghostbusters and the executive committee, congratulations! You guys just reached $3,000.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. It's 150%, right? Roughly. Oh man, that's oh God. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You guys.
Thanks for doing this.
3,000. Oh man. Ooh, thank you.
All
right, we'll see you later, Steve.
I'll see you.
What a treat. That was.
This
is
is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So many generous people out there.
Yeah, that's a lot of toys. When I was a kid, I always wanted to win that Nickelodeon contest where they have you just run through the store and just put toys in.
Yeah.
And if I did that, I would just go to like the video game aisle and take like the papers and just put it in my cart. Be the worst. I'd ruin that, but that's what I would do.
You would be the last that they had.
I would. Yeah. Okay. So who is up? Who is Calgary? Is
Calgary
here? Hey, it's Sean.
Hey. Can you guys hear me okay?
What's that?
Fine.
Oh, we're doing great.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Echoes in my ears. It's weird.
Oh, sorry, I was yelling.
No, it's all good. How's everyone?
Doing good.
Doing great. Sean,
yes.
when was the last time I saw you? It was 2018. It's 2018.
Yeah, you randomly.
Yeah.
You randomly found me. It was around Christmas, I think, or was it after?
Yeah.
You randomly found me in a huge crowd.
At Macy's.
And Candace
Yeah.
was like, yeah, at
Yeah.
Macy's. And Candace was like, who is that? Why are you giving some random dude in New York a hug?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's Ryan.
Yeah. And I was with my coworker, and he's like, "Hey, what is that?" I was like, "Oh, these are the Calgary Ghostbusters from Canada." Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
It was fun times.
So, for those of you that don't know, tell us about your amazing group, the Calgary Ghostbusters. Give us the rundown. Tell us who you are, what you do.
We're probably newer on the scene. I think we started only in 2018, so we're a couple years old. We do smaller events. We don't do like big Comic-Con expos and stuff. We just tend to do smaller stuff like food banks, birthday parties, stuff like that. But we do donate to like bigger organizations like the Alberta Children's Hospital, Make-A-Wish. We've done some stuff for them. They asked us to do a run once, which was pretty fun. So I did it in all my gear.
Oh, geez.
A 5K run.
Oh my gosh.
I say next year I'll do it with my slime blower that I just got. But
No.
Oh man.
I need to see pictures of that. That's great.
I don't know if they're pretty old on Facebook.
Yeah. Don't worry.
But yeah, I did it in all my gear. So I had my proton pack, and I ran the 5K, and I got a participation medal. Yeah. That was fun
hey.
times.
Nice.
You got a medal.
I didn't get first, of course. But yeah, we tend to focus on like smaller events. We got some cool stuff. But like I said, we're known for patches, I guess.
I was gonna bring that up. So because people know you about the patches. So talk about the patches.
We could talk about the patches. So it started out, we didn't want to spend $30 shipping from USA, which is what it is. It's $30 shipping for a parcel to Canada, right? We're like, well, we're not spending $50 on a patch. So that's how it started. And it eventually went from there. And then I was actually in New York. I saw the one at there's one at a restaurant in New York. It was Times Square, Hollywood something.
Planet Hollywood?
Planet Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
So we based one patch off that. That started to blow up, and it kind of evolved from there because people are like, wow, that's a cool patch. They say it's screen accurate. I'm like, well, it was screen accurate, but it's pretty close, at least from the patch that I saw, right?
Yeah.
So it was on a Spengler suit in Planet Hollywood.
Spengler suit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of went from there. And like all money that we donate or get from that, we donate. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And we have lots available.
So
I'm surprised the Muncher one isn't, or not the Muncher, the Bug Eye Ghost isn't selling more, which is pretty cool. It's got a detachable eye.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a detachable eye, and it's a magnet.
Oh, that's so cool.
And Ghostbusters Afterlife. Spoiler right there.
So in that process, because I feel like screen accurate Ghostbuster logo patches, it was really, you bought the patch from GB Fans, and it was just like a gorgeous replica of the Michael Gross one, like the legit, high res one. But you guys did that screen accurate patch, and you guys do the name tags, which
we started doing the name tags, yes, because people kept asking us. They're like, okay, you do a screen accurate patch, you got to do a screen accurate name patch. So I was like, okay, well, so like a lot of it's getting the right materials and stuff, and it's a process that takes quite a while. But the name tags, they're quite tricky sometimes because people have really long names, and you gotta but
gotta get creative.
Yeah, we try. So
no, it's great. And because I bought from you recently. I bought my son's name badge.
And we got
I bought mine most recently.
What'd you think?
Well, I haven't got that one yet. I got my son's one, and it was kid size, right? And I bought it for him for his suit because it's kid size. So I bought it for him. I put it on his suit. He doesn't want to wear it because it's smaller than mine. So I traded my big Espen one with him, and I wore the little tiny Maddie one on my chest. and yeah, and I haven't found that patch since. So today I'm thankful for now.
I think we got it. I think that kids patch was about 80% scale, so it's a little smaller. Yeah, I don't know, but it's guesswork, right? So
sure, yeah. And the other thing too, because of your obvious proximity to filming locations of Ghostbusters Afterlife, you got to check out while they were filming. Talk about that, because
we got invited out onto set a couple of times by like the people like producing and a couple of people behind the scenes doing it. We got invited on a set a couple of times, which was really fun. Drumheller was a total mistake, which you see a picture on screen right there, the Ecto. So that day was fun because we were in Drumheller. That's from Drumheller. We were there because there was a dinosaur comic expo. It's like known for their dinosaurs in Drumheller. So total fluke that was in the parking lot. So we got to see.
So you didn't plan it? It was just
no, it was just there. So we're like, wow, awesome. Look what it is. And like they're freaking out and they're going back to Sony and they're like, oh my god, there's Ghostbusters. What do we do? Is it gonna get leaked? We gotta like be careful, and like everyone's freaking out. It's funny. But it wasn't just us there, because everyone's freaking out that there's an Ecto there, right?
Yeah.
If you look hard enough online, there's like pictures of like dinosaurs and stuff all attacking it. It's really weird.
Oh, really?
It was super fun, yeah. And like we didn't expect that at all. Other than that, I mean, we saw the Walmart that it was filmed in. It's right by my mom's place, actually. She lives like a block away from the Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah, where else were we? We were a bunch of places, but I think Drumheller was the most fascinating that we were there. And we were there filming that day too, so the whole trailer where it goes around the corner, we were there for that.
Oh wow!
That one whole trailer, like the Muncher, basically the Muncher scene in the movie, which isn't spoiling anything, so I could say that.
Yeah, it's in the trailer.
Do I remember correctly? I think most recently you went to the restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is in Crossfield, Alberta.
Okay.
And then there's a donut shop where the giant Stay Puft mural is, like that you can see in this. And they made us donuts when we were doing the premiere stuff up in Canada. They had the pre-showing at the theaters that were in the movie. Yeah. So we went to both of those, which was there's one in Drumheller, which is the Napier Theater. And then there's the one in the other one we went to. It's a really tiny town. I'm sorry, I'm bad at town names and stuff, but
gotcha.
The Regal, yeah. Can't remember the name of the town, but yeah, the theater in the movie. We went to both of them because there was actually two locations.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah. That's awesome. So do you have anything you want to add about the Calgary Ghostbusters? It's always great when we. I mean, I feel like I've seen you guys definitely twice in New York. You know,
I think we're the baby group, but we're well respected, and I mean that's good, and people know us for our patches.
Yeah.
But like we're such a baby group, it's not even funny. I mean, there's groups that have been here for like 10 plus years, and then there's me and Candace are like, hey, we're 2 years old today. And they're like, what? Really? And we're like, yeah, that's us. We're the little baby group.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You like, even if you're calling, no matter how early you guys started on, you guys are definitely making an impact. You know, you're reaching out to other groups. You know, everyone in this chat probably knows the Calgary Ghostbusters. At least, and the other franchises on here, they absolutely know the Calgary Ghostbusters.
And I got to say too, like you've always been so gracious and so willing to. I know, like we've traded patches before for fundraising things, and I remember too getting a message from you. You had sent a package of patches to McKenna Grace, and you sent a message to us, and basically we're like, hey, we had an extra one of yours, and we sent it along so she could have one of those, and that was just fantastic.
We met her here, by the way. We actually don't have.
Oh, you physically gave it to her. Oh, well, that's awesome.
We sent it to the studio here, which relayed it to her. Okay. The studio's closed out, right? So
But it was just
If
so nice
anyone
of you.
asks, we don't have her personal email, her personal address.
But it was just so nice of you to be like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? We have an extra one of these. Let's send it along for as well.
Yeah.
Just so nice of you. And
we try to make everyone happy and everyone's friends. And like, that's the thing. Our whole belief is that we're all one big family, right? So get along with everybody, work together with everyone.
And you have an adorable cat too.
Oh yeah.
Stay Fluffed.
Stay Fluffed?
Yeah, Stay
I thought
Fluffed.
she was here. I was like, where is she?
Oh.
Stay Fluffed. We just got a new puppy who's right beside me, so he's cute. Richie, if you have Kenneth posts lots of photos. Go creep her if you want to see photos of Richie. he's not as popular as Stay Fluffed.
Is he going to get his own patch too?
I don't know, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole Stay Fluffed thing is because she was destroying everything, so we made a joke, and it just kind of went from there. Like she's still. So the other day I found a plant. We have this plant stand. It has like 4 or 5 plants on it, just knocked over, everything ripped out, and just I'm like, oh my god, I gotta clean this up now. But Stay Fluffed the Destructor, right?
Yeah.
It's a joke online once, and it kind of blew up from there. Made a patch about it and went on a shirt. And they're like, it's funny because it's our most selling shirt, I think, and it's just a picture of a cat that says "Stay Fluffed," right? Or TeePublic. I think it has our most sales on TeePublic.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this night.
No, thank you.
And I owe a trip over to Canada at some point too.
We want to go to New York again soon.
Okay, well that's easier. That's easier for me. Next time you come to New York, you just let me know.
Yes, we will let you know. We always do. It'll be super fun.
Definitely.
Fun times.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. So before we move on to our next guest, do we want to do? I think we have one last video from Ghost Core that was sent over. Nick, do we have time for that? And guy in the chair, Nick. By the way, Nick is our guy in the chair for today, and he is doing an amazing job.
Absolutely
Nick
amazing.
Spearheaded all of the work for New York Comic Con. He is a powerhouse. He is amazing. Nick, I love you. I love you, dude. I've known Nick since I guess 2011. I guess 2011. Yeah. Oh, doll. All right. Well. All right. Well, I don't know if you're getting an award soon, but anyway, show us our last clip from Ghost Core.
Hey everybody, this is Podcast from Ghostbusters Afterlife. I know this time of year can get kind of busy, but I was hoping you guys can consider supporting the New York City Ghostbusters for this year's toy drive. Let's make this season brighter for the kids in need. And thanks for your help. I wish you all the happiest of holidays.
That's awesome. That was
How cool
Logan
is that?
Kim. Yeah, Logan Kim podcast.
He was so good in that. Oh my god,
he
nailed
knocked that
it.
role. Yeah, I mean,
Nailed it.
I'm looking. If there's a sequel, I'm looking forward to more of him. He was just great. Or even outside of Ghostbusters, he definitely seems like such a talented actor. I'm looking forward to some more of his work.
What was it? The 46th
46th
episode where he
Yeah.
really gets its voice.
Yeah. All right. So on to our next. It's Ghostbusters Virginia, and we have Dan Harshman.
Hello.
Hey, how
you guys hear me
doing?
okay?
Yeah, we hear you great.
Awesome. I had to make sure I found headphones after the horrible sound issues on the last podcast or broadcast I was on. How are you guys tonight?
Oh,
good.
We're doing fantastic. I'm over the moon right now.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Loving the Roosevelt shirt.
Oh yeah. I know you guys had recommended jumpsuits, but I was just like,
nah.
They're feet away from me. I just don't want to right now.
After reading your reviews on the latest of the jumpsuits, I'm sure you're sick of them. Like,
God,
detail.
My wife is sick of them. She's the one that's sick of them because I keep ordering more because I keep getting ideas of other jumpsuits that I want to do. So like there's a red Gibson and Barnes over there, and then there's a blue one, and then there's like 4 more khaki just standard Nomex just sitting at the end of the bed. And she's like, "What are you going to do with all these?" I'm like, "I'm going to wear them." She's like, "At once?" Well, maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
I do read them. Every review you've been sending out on the harsh props. I'm checking them out, and I'm
Thank
sure I'm
you.
not the only one. And I will take advantage of you buying all those suits, and then I could decide. So keep at
I'm
it.
glad you're taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
I always feel bad when it ruffles feathers, just because everything I put on there is very flatlined and is to a particular criteria. So sometimes people will associate things like screen accuracy with quality,
Yeah.
and those aren't necessarily the same thing. So it's definitely been a few like outside conversations where I'm like, I'm not saying your product is bad. Like, I'm just saying it's not accurate.
Right. Yeah. So tell us about Ghostbusters Virginia, your role, the group, the charity work
Ghostbusters
you guys have
Virginia.
done.
So I love that I'm coming after Calgary because they had said that they're like the baby group. I would have to say that Ghostbusters Virginia, I guess, then becomes the grandpa group.
Yeah.
They were, I established them in 2001. I was still in high school. And I think at the time we had a tracking of franchises, and what always stuck with me is we were the 12th Ghostbusters franchise to ever come in existence. And at that time it was anything. If you had like your fan art franchise, if you had your fan fiction, franchise like Ghostbusters Night Squad and stuff like that, it was included. The Ghostbusters community hadn't really broken into the good works and the charity work that we do now, which is fantastic, of course. But Ghostbusters Virginia, established 2001, originally as kind of an excuse for me to have my own cool logo. And there you have my cool logo that I designed on a pirated copy of Photoshop back in 2001. And hey, we all start somewhere. I pay for it now. I pay for it now.
Yeah, we all start somewhere. Yeah.
But we had a really incredibly exciting year. We have a lot of new members. We increased our membership from under 30 to over 35 and continue to crawl upwards, which is
Awesome.
great. We also became a federally recognized 501c3 nonprofit charity this year, which definitely couldn't have happened without the incredible crew right now that we have. We just celebrated our first round of elections, so we're putting stars in their places to really make sure that we go into 2022 with quite the crack of thunder and a good bang to show people that we're not dead. We might be the grandpas, but we're still alive and kicking. And then as far as charity work, last I checked, we are now second in place for the entirety of Virginia, with over $2,000 raised for Make-A-Wish Foundation of Greater Virginia. And we are the second highest donor, and we are really beside ourselves excited about that. We established a lot of phenomenal partnerships in the last half of 2021 with local partners, city establishments, local city, zoos, things like that, radio partners, things like, just an incredible amount of work has gone in since establishing that 501c3, and it's been a rocket ride. I can't keep up. That's why I'm not in a jumpsuit.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. And and like you were saying, you have a solid team.
We do.
That's really what it comes down to. This is not a one-person show. You need a solid team to make this.
Our team is incredible. It's really. It's funny. Ghostbusters come from all walks, so you're going to have all kinds of people. But I've never run into a group of people that have so little drama. Everybody has a hiccup now and then, but I'll say 95% of our team just is the same kind of humor, the same kind of like what we want out of the group, the same kind of mentality, but at the same time our differences also make us stronger. We have lots of people who do 3D printing on our team, people who are like mega into accuracy, people who are just wearing core out of the box spirit props, but it's still that drive to do good in our community and to have those connections and friendships with each other. And as Megan said, my megaphone to keep everybody in line. But that drive to give back that is really binding us together and is made for such a successful team.
And let's get back to that megaphone for a second. I associate you all the time with the megaphone. The first time I ever encountered you, I believe, was St. Patrick's Day parade, and you were rocking that megaphone, yelling. I think when we were turning on our lifeguards, you were shouting us to all do it, and it was
the let us sing you the song of our people.
Let us sing you the song of our people. Exactly. I remember that moment so vividly, and forever you were megaphone, Dan. I'm sure a lot of people know you because
they do. They do, and
you got a new one.
I did. I love my old megaphone. The story behind it will never leave me because it's an incredibly hysterical story coming out of New York Comic Con. Essentially, I just we did some work for Sony Music, and they said, "Hey, who works well with a megaphone?" And everybody kind of pointed to me, so they gave me the megaphone for New York Comic Con to shout out. We were promoting the Stay Puft vinyl, that vinyl exclusive where the cover smelt like marshmallow and it had lenticular photographs and stuff in it. And so we did our day for Sony, and at the very end I looked at our Sony handler. I was like, "Hey man, what do I do with this megaphone?" He's like, "I don't care." And that's how I acquired a New York Comic Con megaphone. And so I just started putting stickers on it and going to parades and stuff with it. But the Atlanta guys, they got a big megaphone.
Do they?
Like, well, yeah, they have a big megaphone. I was like, well, they can't out megaphone me.
Yeah.
So this year I bought a new megaphone.
That's
it's
awesome.
even louder than before.
That's so cool. And I know you were so you spearheaded to PKE Surge, right?
Yeah, I spearheaded PKE Surge. I won't take credit for where it is now. That's solid. That's another cooperative amongst Georgia Ghostbusters. Louisiana Ghostbusters are always there. They play a huge part. Then of course you have the Alabama Ghostbusters there. It's a huge community outreach. It is still like we've had things like Fan Fest. We had the 2016 premiere. We had this year's premiere, which was a huge, great, incredible conglomeration of fans. But PKE Surge, man, still the largest gathering of Ghostbuster fans annually. It's a lot of fun. I've been trying to get Bob to come down. You guys should come down.
I will come down one year. I absolutely will.
It's a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun. It's a great community builder. And I think a lot of people are always kind of taken aback by seeing who is running that kind of thing. Because I think a lot of the people like myself or like Chase Ambrose, I know he can be a dirty word, but he's running the show, and it's like these are these ultimate give backs to the community.
Yeah,
it's like we just want to throw you guys a party, go have fun, and then people are seeing who's running it, and they're like, "Oh, I don't understand why these people are doing it." And it's because we really genuinely love Ghostbusters, and okay, we're a little rough around the edges, but we love everybody in the community too.
Yeah,
well, I do.
Chase so is Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is rough around the edges too.
Exactly. So yeah, I spearheaded PKE Surge. That started in 2009. Spearheaded Ghostbusters Virginia in 2001, and now Spangler's 1984 Workbench on Facebook. It's not one of the larger builder groups, but it is one of the more stricter builder groups. But it's been very, very successful. We've had a lot of interactions with Ben Eady. A lot of his TikTok questions that he's been doing and stuff have come from the Workbench, as well as a lot of product implementations and stuff through GB Fans with AJ Quick. We have really good relationships with them. Aaron Mack comes to us to the group, not to me. I'm not claiming any exclusivity. It's a huge brain trust of Dyer, accuracy nuts, and they're all about the minutia. That's where their passion lies. But it's definitely, anybody can get in there as long as they just answer all the questions, and then I should have a podcast starting in January with my friend Austin Young of the Oklahoma Ghostbusters. And I'll be the Black Firehouse podcast, which will focus on Ghostbusters props and costumes.
Awesome. That's so exciting. All right. So do you have anything else to add before we let you go?
No, I've talked way too much already.
No, this is your time, my man.
I'm excited. What I've really enjoyed over the past, I would say 3, maybe 2 or 3 years, is to see more of the inter-franchisal cooperation. It warms my heart. Like, I love it. Like the Windy City Ghostbusters trivia contest, like, please do that every year.
Yeah.
Like I had so much fun doing that for the first time. I know at one point Ghostbusters Medicorps, even though Darnia's moved down south, I hope something like that comes back for the bottle cap collection that is inter-franchise competition, but in a positive way. And these are things that are really, really excellent, that I think brings the community together more.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I'm super, super honored that you invited us, and like super like beside myself that you guys are doing so well. Like, I'm watching the ticker down there.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is so awesome.
It is really surreal. And absolutely, I love collaborating with other franchises out there. I mean, geek, like, because you get to learn as well. You can't just assume that your group knows what they're doing and that's it. It's great to learn what other groups are doing, how they're applying this, and you could also collaborate and work better to get towards the goal.
Absolutely. Like, Ghostbusters isn't 501, and that's okay. Like, our group charter is kind of 501 based as far as the internal rules go, but not the exception. The onboarding process, I should say. We're really, really lax in that realm, but it's still cool to see how other groups do it and what other groups are focusing on, but also to be inspired by other groups, and things that they're doing with Calgary and their awesome patch offerings, and New York City Ghostbusters. You guys have the filming location tour. Like, these are all really phenomenal, unique offerings. We're hoping to finally launch our children's club in March at GalaxyCon Richmond,
That's
which
exciting.
is the Junior Puffs.
Yeah.
We are pretty sure we finally found a printer who will print the activity books for those. So we're really excited to finally get those on the floor, get those moving, and get those out into junior Ghostbuster fans' hands as well, which will be awesome. So it's just great to see everybody finding their own way while still helping each other get there. It's a really great thing.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dan, for your time.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and call us up when you're nearby. I'll do the same when I'm down in Virginia. This is
absolutely. You'll never be in Virginia. There's no reason to come here.
I will. I have to be Richmond. I've never been to Richmond. I'm gonna go to Richmond one year.
Richmond is a beautiful city. If you get there, definitely make sure you hit us up. I'll make the 2-hour drive up there to hang out.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Take care.
Later.
You too.
Bye.
It's so great. How are we doing on time? James, do we want to cut to you or go to the next segment? Nick, what do we have in time? Next segment. Okay, next segment. All right. So we're gonna go on to the next franchise. We have the Tennessee Ghostbusters.
Tennessee.
What's up, fellas?
Oh,
How's it
man.
going?
We didn't know if you were gonna make it, and you're
Man,
here.
it was a busy day.
Tell us about it. Tell us the day. Tell us the day.
2 weeks ago, we did the Smyrna, Tennessee parade, and we actually won the Mayor's Cup. So we got to go to the town hall meeting tonight to get not a cup, but it was a piece of paper. But it was cool. It was still cool.
That's cool.
It is very cool. It's our first time at the Smyrna parade, so it was really awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know the Tennessee Ghostbusters, tell us all about the Tennessee Ghostbusters, the history,
Yeah.
who you are, and all that stuff.
Well, I'm Phil. I'm the current chief of the Tennessee Ghostbusters. We got started in 2010, and I joined the group in 2012. We've got over 55 members now, and I got some of my guys here. We got some rookies back here now, and
Hey.
we got Slimer back here
I
too.
see
He's
Slimer.
just hanging out. You know, he's always hanging out, eating all the pizza.
Totally.
We've got 6 Ectos now, 2 Kia Souls, a Jeep, a CRV, a Sorrento, and a Ford Freestyle.
Holy moly!
We'll have our own parade next year. Just
It
drive around
sounds
the block,
like it.
you know? We're ready, man. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about some of the charity work you guys do. I know you guys are a pretty active group. So
Yeah,
tell us about it.
we COVID really slowed us down this year, so we've
Yeah.
been trying to do a lot more social stuff, TikTok and stuff. But the easy way to make money on Facebook, you just add the donation link to any post you make.
Mhm.
So we've done that. We probably got about $200 this month just by putting a little donation button on our post we post on Facebook
that's
and
awesome.
Instagram. Yeah, and we use Dreams and Wishes of Tennessee. It's a local charity.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you guys started in 2010. You joined in 2012.
2012, yeah.
And so tell us some stories about like some things that happened this year. Tell us like some
Well,
highlights
I've
or
got
previous years. If you said because
we've got kind of a sad one. One of our founders, Patrick, actually passed in October.
Yeah.
He was one of our founding members. So it's been a little rough on that, but we're just trying to stay positive and do things like you guys are doing. Over $3,000 right now. That's awesome.
It's completely surreal.
Awesome. And just doing a lot of stuff for him now too. So
yeah, it's completely surreal, and it was great seeing you in New York.
Oh man, it was awesome. I mean, was it quick in and out? That was.
It was quick, but still
such a fast-paced trip, man. It was awesome though to see you guys.
That's New York.
Really
New York is very fast-paced.
Dude, I love it. I want to move there. I'm ready.
Hey, we're ready.
Yeah.
Bring everyone aboard.
We're definitely coming back for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you let me know, and
Yeah, I
we'll do
will.
something a bit more formal.
Just let's slow it down. Get
a bit more relaxed.
this time.
I can go to any pace.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So we could do a suited up. We can go undercover.
Oh yeah, we gotta stay suited up, man. That wind's brutal. So
yeah. No, New York suited up is surreal. It's really fun.
You guys got to come down to PKE Surge at Dragon Con though.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That is amazing.
Yeah, so. I absolutely need to. I mean, every year I'm just like, yeah, I can't do it this year. I want to. I really want to. I'm going to one year.
This is the year, 2022. Let's do it. Come on, guys. This would be the one to come to.
It's not going to be the year. 2023. 2023 is better. I have a newborn on the way in next year. So
well, congrats.
Thank you. But that's going to take time. I mean, we have 40 something members in our group. I'm sure someone can go by. Someone can go down there.
Come on, New York City represent. Come on.
Yeah, we can get someone. Maybe we get one of our rookies.
There you go.
There you go. Send one of our rookies.
There.
So yeah. Which charity again? What was that you?
Dreams and Wishes of Tennessee.
Dreams and Wishes of Tennessee.
Yeah, you can just go Facebook.com/Dreams and Wishes of TN. So.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So who else is there with you? You said you had some rookies.
We got Dylan here.
Hey.
We got Eric.
Hey.
We got Christian back here.
All right.
We got the ugly little Spud in the back corner.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
just
so
hanging
cool.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I remember last year, it was 2020, everyone's in lockdown. I remember you guys doing like a live stream with the lights. I chimed in a couple times. It was great seeing that, you know?
I mean, make the
2020
best
is
of what
such a
we
weird
had,
year.
you know?
Yeah.
We had to do it. So
and it was great, it was great. It was that sense of community that you're just missing out on. You can't walk out, and you just gotta do
it's
what
a good way to keep everybody engaged was doing the online stuff, so.
And you guys did a great job at that,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're saying right now it was a slow year, but you guys, you got to do what you got to do. Putting in a simple donate button.
Yeah, that works. I mean, it works.
It
really does.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, thanks for having us on here, though. This has been great. This is awesome.
You're always welcome. Come back to New York.
Definitely.
We're ready.
Definitely.
I will always be ready to talk to you.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna. You have anything to add before I let you go?
No, I don't have anything. Just want to say congrats on what you guys are doing right now. It's awesome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
We are gonna chime in with Jingle Bell James.
Woohoo!
Who's in charge
Ready?
of spending the target? What's going on?
Oh, we got another hat.
Hey, don't judge the hat, man. I'm being festive.
Oh,
Again,
my
it's to hide the.
You pull it off. You pull it off.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right. You like it. Anyway, guys. With the amount of money we raised, 32.55 according to the last count right here, we legitimately crashed Target's site.
What? Get out of here. We crushed Target.com.
No joke. We had 200 toys in there. We go to refresh it. It goes down to 57. Refresh it again. The cart is empty.
No.
So the cart. So
All
we
right.
legitimately. And again, I'm happy I crashed a website. I've never crashed a website before, and that is from our wonderful viewers right here who have donated the groups, getting us to these numbers and going, over $1,000 over our goal is fantastic. So what's going to happen? And speaking of Devin and his coworkers, they're going to go shopping tomorrow. We bought 6 gift cards, 6 $500 gift cards to Target directly. So they're going to go shopping tomorrow with the people who know what they need to get. Devin's going to go there in a Ghostbuster sweater, a flight suit. He might need the keys to the Ecto. Just to get the amount of toys that we're getting. So I cannot thank everybody who's listening enough. This has been an unbelievable blast. Again, shout out to Nick, who's been kind of behind the scene, the man behind the curtain. And of course, you two fine gentlemen.
You're not so bad yourself.
Yeah.
I try.
And you have impeccable style for headwear.
I know, right? I couldn't get the shirt and tie in. I kind of running out of time a little bit. I know there's a shirt and tie issue, but I don't want to take any more time away from our last couple groups. But again, thank you guys so much. Check back with our website. I think the donations are going a little longer after the telethon, so we'll have a final tally hopefully once everything's done. But check back on the website in the next day or two. There'll be photos, videos of Devin clearing out the shelves at Target to a point where he even brought in our messages. Remember when they used to do shopping sprees at Nickelodeon and Toys R Us?
Yep.
Ryan just talked about that.
I just talked about that. Yeah.
So tune in, guys. Again, thank you so much. Have a wonderful holidays. And again, thank you, Ryan, Josh, for emceeing. Thank you for all the groups that are contributed and donated.
Guys,
Thank you, James.
Thank you so much, James. All right. We got one last group, I believe, right? And it is the Arizona Ghostbusters. Bring on in Jeff Lewis. Are you in? Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
All right, man.
Oh my gosh, Jeff. For those of you that don't know, this is Jeff Lewis of the Arizona Ghostbusters. I'm introducing you. I don't know why. Jeff, tell us about the Arizona Ghostbusters, your group, who you are, what your role is, what charity you worked with, all that stuff. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I'm Jeff Lewis. I'm co-director of the Arizona Ghostbusters. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we've been doing this for 15 years now, since 2007.
15.
And we've done basically every charity there is to do. It feels like.
Yeah. And so tell us some recent stories of some of the work you guys have done. You did a toy drive recently too, I believe, right?
Yeah. Just last week we did our own toy drive at a local retro toy store. We raised $1,100 at that, on top of all the toys we got. As you see there, we built back the Ecto.
I see it with the skateboard. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went back and there's my cat Gozer.
Hi Gozer.
And we just spent all day Sunday shopping and wrapping with all the money we raised. And what we do each year is we adopt a foster children's home for neglected children here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And maybe some of their parents are just unavailable, or in a rehab, or they're incarcerated for whatever reason they're in this foster home for the time being. And so every year we adopt this children's home and we give them a Christmas. So that's what our most recent toy drive was for.
Awesome.
And then besides that, we'll deliver the toys this week. I'm gonna give them a ride around town in the Ecto.
That's cool.
And, have dinner with them, so we get to know them a little bit and hear their stories. So something really close to our heart that we do every year. Besides that, we also did Shop with a Cop, which is a kind of very similar underprivileged children get an allowance, and they get to go shopping for Christmas with police. Helps build them relationship with police and learn that they're good guys. And it was a really awesome event. And what's cool about that is most of the kids spend their allowance on their families. They're not buying toys for themselves like you would automatically think. They're out shopping for their families for Christmas. That's a really neat event that we've also just started doing yearly.
Yeah, it's a really neat experience for them. That's awesome.
And besides that, like everybody else, we just did like a bunch of afterlife screenings and trunk or treats and drive-through trunk or treats and in-person trunk or treats. The first half of the year was slow with all the COVID lockdown, but then probably starting in June, like everything just blew up.
Yeah.
And then this Saturday is the Fiesta Bowl Parade. It's also something we do yearly. Of course, last year it was canceled, but you know, that has an average of 100,000 people at it every year. And we've got 50 Ghostbusters now. Hopefully they'll all be there. Got 7 ectos, or actually a little bit more than that. We should have at least 5 or 6 in the parade this year. So we're all looking forward to that right now.
That's awesome. So you said you have 50 members in your group?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Now. We've gotten probably 10 in the last month. So
wow.
Afterlife is bringing the people out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And hey, that's always great for us, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell that too for everyone. For like even the 2016 film, we had an up in membership, and we also had an up in like requests from kids for birthday parties. Like that was always a big thing. Kids gravitated towards that movie and wanted Ghostbusters, you know. And we were there, and it was great. It was absolutely great with that.
Yeah, that's a big thing we do in the parade every year is we have as many junior busters walk with us as we know, as we can get there, which is usually around 20.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like an amazing experience for them. I mean, it's I call it the closest to being a Ghostbuster you can get. So.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. I mean, does anyone ever ask you about busting ghosts in real life? You know, like, hey, I have a ghost. Yeah, right. It happens to us too.
That's actually why I took my number off the website. So.
Oh, really?
I would sometimes get calls in the middle of the night from people like, "Hey, there's a ghost." And I'm like, "Yeah, we don't do that."
That's great. I mean, it's awful that you know. It's funny now, but you know, I'm sure it wasn't enjoyable waking up in the middle of the night.
Do a house call. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny. But yeah, Jeff, you know, I mean, you are such a solid presence in the Ghostbuster fan group. You know, I've you know, I even before you like I ever I guess talked to you, you know, you're one of the first. I remember you were one of the first Ghostbuster Facebook friends that I ever met and came across, you know. And I know that story probably goes for a lot of people that have interacted with you because you've been around this for such a long time, and your group is such a solid presence. You were saying that you are a registered 501, you know, a registered nonprofit, and it's just it's great to see what your group you know has done and is still doing. You know, it's great.
There's still tons of things that we could do that we'd love to get into. And one of our favorite things to do is like you guys do is like STEM events and slime making and finding ways to apply like the science of Ghostbusters to the real world. That could be a learning opportunity for kids.
Yeah,
We're
and
doing that stuff.
Yeah, and that's always such a blast. So do you when is the next time you're coming to New York, by the way? Because we should definitely
I wanted to come. Just to not give us enough notice to come to New York.
I know.
I got Dana.
Oh, that's Dana.
Dana.
So you have Gozer and Dana.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, well, you let us know next time you're in New York for sure.
Oh, definitely. I definitely want to get up there.
Yeah.
I definitely definitely want to see the firehouse and the sign.
Absolutely. Because we would I love meeting Ghostbuster fans from all over the place. So when you come to New York, you let me know. I will make sure I can be there. We'll bring our ecto. It'll be a good time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on what you guys have done.
Jeff, thank you so much. All right,
man.
It's great to see you.
Thank
I'll see you later. And that was our last franchise that has joined the stream. And now it is down to us. Hi, Josh.
Hi. Well, Ryan, you did a fantastic job as our host tonight.
We did. Everyone did. Josh, thank you for sticking around.
No problem.
It
No
was,
problem.
it's, oh man. So we're at $3,255, and that is just surreal. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask that. Circle City has their own dedicated phone number, and I do need to call that phone number at some point. They have their own dedicated phone number, and
Nice.
that is such a cool touch, But yeah, it's just surreal. We broke Target.com, which is exciting. Hey. Boy,
Hey.
my mother-in-law. Oh, thank you, Charlie. And James, come on, and Nick, you should come in too.
Yeah,
Nick,
everybody come on in.
Nick is our man in the chair too, and look at him.
All
Look
together
at
now.
him.
Aw.
Look at this
Hey,
guy.
everyone.
Nick, why don't
One
you
of
talk
these
a little
things.
bit?
One of these things is not like the other, Josh.
Guys, this was awesome. We did so good today. This is incredible. I did not realize how well we were going to do. I did not realize how well we were going to do before we even started. Jason Reitman jumped on with $500, giving us an amazing start to this whole thing.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. And I've just been watching the numbers come in the whole night, watching the chat. This has been absolutely amazing. I'm like, may have, like James said earlier, cut onions a few times during some of the stories, laughed a number of times at some of these stories. This has been absolutely fantastic. I've had a blast.
Yeah, this is such a great thing, and it's so great that these franchises came aboard. And I mean, there's no question we should probably do this again next year, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So if you are a franchise that wasn't here, let's do something next year. 'Cause this was just like
Hopefully
a
not
blast.
on like a Tuesday night.
Sure, do it Wednesday. Is that better?
Oh, there we go.
And maybe fingers crossed in person, like the real Jerry Lewis telethon.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Maybe some acts. I know Ryan's been dying to do little good ship lollipop.
Well, no
tap
joke.
dance number.
Puppet Slimer has been asking me to do William Shatner's Rocket Man since day one. But maybe next year. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for donating.
Thank you.
I am just astounded with everyone just donating to this cause. Thank you so much for helping out. And yeah, tomorrow we have a busy day of purchasing toys. That's that's what it's gonna go. We're gonna keep the GoFundMe open for I think maybe 1 or 2 more days, because then they actually start delivering and there's a cutoff point. But thank you again, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
We couldn't have done it without all of you.
Thank you.
For real.
Also for helping us out in, again, a very, very small window. I think this was a brainchild at like 2:00 on a Friday.
It was.
And it was like, when
This
are we going
past Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a stop looking for a place to do a toy drive, and let's just do it live.
in all the incarnations of, well, we'll do like, well, I should be in the store shopping and doing it live, and like all the incarnations we've talked about. It was this was the simplest, and again, I'm blown away the amount of franchises that we got to contribute,
that's Megan
to donate.
Jacob, thank you again, dude.
It was gigantic.
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, next year, can be bigger and better. Definitely something that I think is going to be an annual tradition now for our group to help out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So Devin, we got you, man. We got you.
Yeah.
And
is this boss still on? We're getting you that raise.
We're getting you that raise for sure.
100%.
You're not being let go now for any reason. You have quite the leverage, my man. You know,
job security.
Job
There
security
you
for
go.
real. And yeah, so yeah, and for anyone again that does come to New York, please reach out to us. You know, we love doing this sort of thing. We love hanging out with fellow Ghostbuster fans. You know, and we just love having a good time. And it's just great to meet you all. And I do want to continue venturing out as much as I can to other franchises, and everyone should too. Reach out to other franchises. You know, if you're visiting somewhere, reach out, see if anyone's around.
Yeah.
You know? So, all right. I think we're signing off, but
we are.
Sounds good.
We'll see you on the other
See you on the other side.
Right? Yeah. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right.
Good night, everybody.